a gal was dreamy, Dobie. Once a gal was creamy, Dobie. Once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dreamboat at all? No matter, he's hers and hers alone. Dobie.
All my life I've been searching for a girl, the girl. I want her to be beautiful and soft and pink and creamy. But if she isn't so beautiful, I won't mind too much, just so long as she's kind to me. And if she isn't kind, that isn't too important either. In fact, I'll take her if she's ugly and sort of mean, just so long as she's a girl. But I haven't got one chance in a million to find a girl who's lovely.
Thank you.
And desirable.
Thank you.
And enchanting.
Thank you.
And strange.
I'll take back the thank you.
I only meant that you're a stranger in this neighborhood.
Oh, well, I just moved into town from Cleveland.
Oh, unfortunate, unhappy Cleveland. Fortunate, happy us.
You're charming.
You are poetry. I'm Dobie Gillis. May I be your slave?
Well, I'm Delphine Quimby. No.
Oh, please, Delphine.
Keep your distance, caveman.
Yes, my princess.
Dobie, are all the boys around here like you?
I think you can safely say that I'm one of a kind.
Well, I think you can safely say that the other boys are glad.
Oh, hello, Chatsworth. Keep in touch, Chatsworth.
Hello, Chap. Aren't you going to introduce me to your friend?
Which friend?
The delightful young creature you're trying to keep me from seeing.
Which delightful young creature I'm trying to keep you from seeing?
This
Chatsworth.
Hello there. I'm Chatsworth Osborne, Jr. Where have you been all my life?
Oh, boy, what a corny approach.
Well, I'm pleased to meet you, Chatsworth. I'm Delphine Quimby.
Corny, but effective. As one of this town's more eminent personalities, may I offer my assistance to our delightful newcomer?
Well, I do have to find the principal's office and register in school.
Well, I shall be pleased to escort you.
You now, just a minute, Chatsworth. Just a darn minute. I saw her first.
So?
So maybe she'd rather have me escort her to the principal's office.
I must admit you are better qualified.
Of course.
The poor chap spends half his life in the principal's office explaining his grade.
Chatsworth.
One more flunk and they're going to make him pay rent.
Never mind. Delphine, which of us do you want to go with?
So difficult to make a choice.
It certainly is. On the one hand, we have a debonair, sophisticated man of the world, and on the other, Dobie Gillis. Some choice.
Well,
I'll drive you there in my new convertible. It's imported, of course. Gillis, baby, what means of transportation do you intend to use?
Walking is wonderful exercise. It builds up the calves.
Oh, quite. And then later, my dear, we shall drop in at the malt shop where I have an unlimited charge account. Do you care to see my credit cards?
Credit card?
Gillis, baby, have you paid the 25 cents you owe, or are you still barred from the malt shop as a deadbeat? Come, my pet. On the way, we'll run the top of my convertible up and down. It's scads of fun.
bye, Dobie. I'm sorry.
She's sorry. What about me? I mean, the way I turned chicken, I could have been plucked and sold by the pound at some poultry market. But how do you fight a fella like Chatsworth Osborne, Jr.? He's smooth, and he has a fancy car, and all the money in the world, and the girls keep flocking around him. You know, the hateful type. What could I do to compete with him?
You can fight back in a good, clean, fair, red-blooded American way, like kicking his teeth in. That's what you can do. You are Herbert T. Gillis's son, and just as good as any man jack in that school. This is America, and every fellow in this country has got to get it through his head that he's just as good as every other fella. Don't let nobody shove you around. Don't let nobody scare you. Talk back when you got something to say. Speak up and pipe down. Can't you see I'm talking? Why do you think I answered my country's call to duty back in '42 and pulled myself up by my bootstraps to be a first sergeant? With the Good Conduct Medal, I'll tell you why. So that every smart, clear-thinking kid, and boys like you too, Dobie, could boo the umpire and rub elbows with the rich millionaires from the big houses up on the hill and live like we've been living in this country ever since Christopher Columbus first set foot on Plymouth Rock. Quiet, Winnie. Right now, that all men are created equal stuff don't apply to women.
Dad, I appreciate your advice, but I haven't got a chance against Chatsworth Osborne Jr. He's too much competition.
What's wrong with a little honest competition?
Dobie, dear, would you want a girl that nobody else wanted?
Who would? But that's sure the dead-end street I'm headed for now.
Oh, nonsense. You're a fine boy, and you can compete on an equal footing with anybody for a girl or a job or anything you want from this world.
Right. A good fight is healthy for you. It's like getting on a bus, see? Everybody gets on together, men, women, and children, and then they see a vacant seat, and they all race for it on equal terms. That's the democratic way.
It comes a shock to you, but when your father was courting me, he faced quite a bit of competition.
I sure did. And I won.
Honest?
What difference does that make? I won. Oh, I got a little sneaky once in a while, like the night I drained the gas tank on Fred Klaus's Rio when he was going to take your mother to the Bach social, and I just happened to drive by in my Essex.
Why, Herbert, you devil.
Yeah, wasn't I? Oh, mostly it was Marquis of Queensboro rules, son. But when I saw something I wanted, I went out and grabbed it. And that Fred Klaus weighed 250 pounds and came from a mean family.
Dad, you're right. I'm going to fight for the girl of my dreams. I'll be a chip off the old block.
Attaboy, young chip. And remember, you can always come to me when you think you need advice from the old block's head.
It's a comfort to learn that parents serve some purpose in life, however small.
He's a nice boy.
Well, you get used to him.
Gillis Groceries. Oh, hello, Emily.
The back fence broadcasting system.
Fine. What's new, Emily? George Crute is getting a promotion.
Oh, good old George, whoever he is.
But his wife caught him coming into the house at 2 o'clock this morning.
Poor old George.
George got a terrible bawling out, and a new grocery store's opening up on Frisbee Street.
Poor old George. And a new grocery store's opening up on Frisbee Street.
It's called Quimby's, and it's opening on Friday.
Why, there's hardly enough business in this neighborhood for one grocery store. Poor house, here we come.
Oh, Mrs. Frobish's baby is having the colic for the 3rd day in a row.
Drop Mrs. Frobish's baby. Where's your old deal on the
Calm down, Herbert.
Calm down, Herbert. For 14 years, I've been sweating and slaving in this store, getting up every morning at 5 o'clock in the a.m. Striving and wheedling and trying to scrounge a few extra miserable bucks out of the tightwads that live in this neighborhood. And now here we are, ready to lose everything, and all you can think of to say is, calm down, Herbert, calm down.
Well, then I have another suggestion.
What?
Get excited.
Now listen, Okay, but I got a right to get excited. Why, that new grocery store's gonna steal the customers right out of our mouths.
Well, you said yourself that competition is healthy.
For other people, not for me.
Now, look, Herbert, I'm worried about this, too, but if this Quimby store is here, it's here. You can't yell it out of existence.
I can try.
I have a better idea.
What?
Why don't you go over to Quimby and welcome him and get a look at the prices that he's planning to charge, and don't let him know who you are.
If you think I'm gonna go traipsing over to that broken arm, no, that's a pretty shrewd, underhanded idea, Winnie.
Well, I'm a pretty shrewd, underhanded character.
I wish I was a shrewd and underhanded character, but I'm open and honest and full of love. Love for Delphine Quimby. Ah, Delphine. When I think of her, I feel strong and sure. No longer am I tossed about willy-nilly like an aimless, drifting piece of wreckage.
You rang?
Oh, hello, Maynard.
Hey, Dobe, you're kind of hot and bothered. You got like a fever or something?
Oh, no, Maynard, no. I'm in love. And love has made my whole inner being warm and glowing.
Man, why waste all the heat on a chick when you could, like, put it to good use and burn down the school?
No, Maynard, you don't understand. I like feeling warm inside. The only trouble is Chatsworth Osborne Jr.'s after this girl, too.
That's square.
Yeah. I just wish I could show Delphine that he's not as good as he says he is.
Yeah. Hey, I happen to know he likes cheats on his schoolwork.
He does? How?
He likes studies.
Thanks, Maynard. You've been very helpful.
I owe it to you. You're like my good buddy.
Yeah. I got Delphine's address from the principal's office. I'm going over to her house now and give Chatsworth a real fight. It's the law of the jungle.
Yeah, I heard about that. The survival of the fattest.
Yeah. It's fittest.
Yeah, fittest.
Yeah. You see, Maynard, in this world there are the haves and the have-nots. And the have-nots must fight to get what they want from the haves.
Yeah, like two dogs barking and growling over the same bone.
Yeah, that's good, Maynard. You see?
Or a couple of squirrels coursing tails over the same nut.
Right.
Yeah,
Now,
or two robin redbreasts batting wings over one dinky little nest.
Yeah.
Take owls.
Owls?
There's only room in them branches for one owl to sit around mumbling, hoot, hoot. That don't stop.
Maynard,
No,
no,
sir.
no.
They keep hooting until one of them winds up the champion hooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now-
Or ducks.
Maynard.
Look how they fly in them V-shaped formations.
Yeah.
Only one little quacky leader can be out in front leading the bunch.
Maynard.
But they flap around and quack at each other till they pick a duck leader.
Maynard, enough!
How about tuna fish?
I've got to get over to Delphine's.
Yeah, I think I'll go along with you. Maybe she'd like to hear about the tuna fish.
Oh, yeah, this is it, Quimby's. I guess Delphine's father runs the store.
Man, what a lucky cat. Finding a pet with his name already painted on the door.
That's right, Maynard. How do you do, sir?
Like, hi, sir.
I'm sorry, boys. The store isn't open yet.
Sure it is. We just came through the door.
No. I mean it isn't open for business.
Well, that's all right. We never have enough loot to, like, buy anything anyway.
Maynard.
You live in this neighborhood, boy?
I like to be near my family.
Are they all like you?
Yes, sir. Except my mother. She's, like, shorter.
Maybe I was a little too hasty when I moved away from Cleveland.
Yes, sir, I just came in to see Delphine. I'm Dobie Gillis.
Well, hello. I'm Delphine's father.
How do you do, sir?
I'm Maynard G. Krebs, and my father's much like me either. He's like left-handed.
Gillis. You live around here, too?
Yes, sir. My dad owns Gillis's Grocery over on Norwood Street. Oh. What kind of a store are you opening?
Open your eyes, man. You're like selling boxes.
What?
We're selling boxes. Oh, you've got it up here, boy.
Hi, Dobie.
Oh, hi, Delphine. This is my friend Maynard G. Krebs.
How do you do, Maynard?
Like, hi.
Maynard's just leaving.
I am?
Yes, Maynard. Delphine and I have a very important matter to discuss.
We do?
You bet we do. Chatsworth Osborne Jr. may have won the first round this afternoon, but I have only begun to fight.
Yay, good buddy!
Maynard, you are leaving.
Oh, just when things starting to swing. Do I, like, have to?
You like have to, like so long.
Like, likewise.
Delphine, my great tawny animal. We live by the law of the jungle. Now that I've found you, competition will only spur me on to greater efforts.
Like, hi, Mr. Gillis.
That cookie, you didn't by any chance buy it at Quimby's grocery store, did you?
Oh, no, sir. I'm always like too chapped to buy anything, so I always shop at your place. This grocery store?
Yeah, I'm on my way over there right now to find out what that crook is up to.
Oh, like, stop, Mr. Gillis. Don't go there. Don't go there, man. Oh, Mr. Gillis. It's like dangerous in that neighborhood, Mr. Gillis. They're expecting like a typhoon or a hurricane or an earthquake or maybe both.
Maynard, they ought to declare your head a disaster area.
Oh, Dobie, I'm so glad I found you. I could never be interested in a boy as conceited as that Chatsworth Osborne Jr.
Yeah.
Here, let me help you. Oh. There, that's a lover's knot.
Oh, really? Delphine, you're as smart on the inside as you are beautiful on the outside.
Oh, boys like him are so shallow and self-satisfied.
Yeah.
Would you help me with this breakfast food card?
I am at your command, my soft pink angel.
I mean, I've had enough of those shiftless playboys in Cleveland.
Yeah.
I mean, when a girl reaches 17 and becomes mature, she prefers the more modest, sincere type.
Yeah.
And now the ketchup bottles.
Of course. Delphine, I don't like to brag, but I have a reputation of being one of the truly modest, sincere types of the North American continent.
I knew that the moment I saw you, Dobie.
Yeah. Here, let me stack these crackers for you, my sweet. You see, crackers, ketchup, breakfast food. Delphine, what kind of a store is it? No, don't tell me.
What's the matter with you? It's a grocery store.
I asked you not to tell me.
Dobie, what's the matter with you? You're acting very strangely.
I've devoted a lifetime to avoiding at my father's store, and here it just snuck up on me.
Dobie!
My father will murder me. I gotta get out of here. Maynard, will you please get out of the way?
Your father.
Maynard, whatever you're trying to tell me, it can wait.
He can wait now.
How do you do? I'm one of your new neighborly neighbors in the neighborhood.
Oh, how do you do, sir? We don't open the store till Friday.
Well, that's all right. I just dropped in to look around.
I'll be my guest.
How much do you have to pay a kid like that to work here?
Oh, we don't pay him anything.
Wouldn't that frost you? I raise my own help, and I don't get that kind of a break.
How does the store look to you, sir?
Oh, okay, okay. Say, how much you getting for this soap here?
Which soap?
This one.
Oh, that brand is selling for 38 cents a box.
38 cents a box, but you could charge 45 and get rid of every box in the store.
45 cents? Isn't that a little overpriced?
Well, the grocer over on the next street's charging 50.
Gillis?
Of course, he is such a beloved figure in the neighborhood that the customers just pay him anything he asks. However, if you were to show him a bargain, who can tell?
Well, I don't know. If my customers should find me charging such exorbitant prices, they might walk out of here and never come back again.
Try it. I'm only suggesting it for your own good.
Thank you, sir. You are a fine citizen.
And a veteran. How much you getting for these peaches?
21 cents a can.
Gillis is getting 30.
No.
Yes, why, you could charge 28 for these and clean up.
Well, thank you very much, Mr.
Dobbs, Fred C. Dobbs, yes.
You've been a big help.
Oh, that's okay. I don't mind helping out when just... Dobbs is the name, Fred C. Dobbs. I'm just a civic-minded citizen checking on business conditions in the neighborhood.
Oh, yes, sir, I understand, Mr.
Dobbs, Fred C. Dobbs. I'm in plumbing.
Do you have any more suggestions, Mr. Dobbs?
Yeah, charge $1.98 for a liver, and your customers will never stop talking about you.
But everybody else gets $1.25.
Gillis is getting $3. Goodbye, Mr. Quigley, and good luck.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gillis.
Afternoon, Ma. Oh. Charming. Does it have a name?
Yes, it's called Untitled.
Fascinating. Well, what does it represent?
How do I know? It's called Untitled.
Of course.
Chatsworth, painting is beginning to mean a great deal to me.
I quite understand, Mater.
It's an emotional release. It gives me the opportunity to express myself. It gives me the chance to forget you and the memory of your father, God rest him.
Moms, I'm devoted to you.
Oh, devoted but nasty. You're an Osborne. The older you get, the nastier you are.
Well, the curse of aristocracy.
No, your great-grandfather, Phineas Osborne III, lived to be 94. You know what he died of?
What, pray tell?
Nastiness. Fuchsia.
Mums, I need your help.
Naturally. What is it this time?
I'm about to lose a young lady to a grocer's son.
Oh, how degrading.
You must help me win her back, or I shall lie down on the floor and hold my breath until I turn purple.
That's an excellent idea. That's the way your father won me.
But, Mums, you've got to help me.
Chatsworth, I will not.
Very well. I'll do it myself. Fidelio?
Oh, here's an Osborne. Whatever he does, I know it'll be nice.
Dobie, I think you better leave before Daddy gets mad.
Here I might be in trouble. At home, I'm sure of it. My father's temper's not exactly.
Chatsworth.
I thought you were through with him.
I am.
That, my proud beauty, remains to be seen.
Now, wait a minute, Chatsworth.
Oh, back, peasant.
You back,
Mr.
peasant.
Quimby.
Yes, sir?
I am Chatsworth Osborne, Jr. What does that name mean to you?
The 300-acre estate on the top of the hill. 28 rooms, 8 bathrooms, surrounded by a 16-foot fence.
With broken glass embedded in the top. Yes, you've heard of it.
I most certainly have. Is there anything I can do for you, sir? Anything at all?
There is. Can you fill this order?
Oh, I'm sure I can. Caviar, 10 pounds.
Imported.
Anchovies?
The finest.
Italian cheeses, Polish hams, pheasants.
Plump.
Do you realize this order must be worth at least $200?
Naturally, we do not entertain the beer and Skittles set.
Well, I can run right down to the warehouse and have this order filled for you immediately, Mr. Osborne. Sir.
Excellent. And we will bring you a similar order at least once a week, more often when the crowd returns from the Bermuda yacht races.
Thank you. Do you hear that, Delphine? We're on our way. We'll be rich and prosperous. New fur coats for your mother. A trip to Florida.
Quite. Mr. Quimby, there is one small condition attached to these profitable orders we intend to place with you.
Anything, sir. Anything at all.
I would like a date with your daughter.
Sure thing, my boy. Delphine, I want you to take the rest of the day off from work. I want you to go out with this charming young man.
I will not.
She will not.
Who asked you?
Delphine is not to be bought and sold.
I'm not a chattel.
No.
Upstairs, chattel, and put on your new dress.
No, Daddy.
When I told you I'd throw you out of the house if I ever caught you wearing again.
Rather amusing contest of will.
Mr. Quimby, I'm shocked that you would treat your daughter in such a way.
Oh, pipe down.
Never. This is America, and every man, and that means boys too, has a right to fight for the woman of his choice on equal terms.
Oh, has Chatsworth been upsetting the working classes again? Oh, that nasty boy.
Mrs. Osborne, what Chatsworth is doing is horrible and, well, un-American.
Horrible, yes. Un-American, no. Why, our ancestors were here months before those Johnny-come-lately pilgrims.
That's just the point. They came over here and fought for freedom. Take this ancestor. Obviously a fine, upstanding soldier of the Revolutionary War.
He rowed the boat for Benedict Arnold.
Well, look at this wonderful face. A rugged Indian fighter.
That was Geronimo Osborne.
Geronimo Osborne?
He joined the Apache tribe. Wyatt Earp had to shoot him.
I'll bet this little old lady did plenty to make you proud of her.
She worked for Betsy Ross. She kept trying to change the color of the flag to black and orange. They finally got her for counterfeited. Maul Osborne, they called her. Oh, she was a mess.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Osborne. I didn't mean to drag out all the family black sheep.
But you have, haven't you?
Yes, I have, yeah.
Well, but your point is well taken.
It is?
Yes, where but in America would our beastly relatives have had the freedom to behave as abominably as they did?
True.
Gillis, Chatsworth needs a kick in the ancestors. What would it take for you to compete with him on equal terms?
Money.
In other words, would a substantial grocery order each week serve the purpose?
Would it? Dad'd have to pay me a salary to help fill it, and I'd be able to take Delphine out.
So be it. Then I shall divide my groceries equally between Quimby and Gillis.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Osborne. You're a real human being.
Yes. Now, this is Oliver Osborne
Yeah?
at Bunker Hill. He wasn't there long enough to see the whites of their eyes.
And 6 pounds of imported dates.
I'll go out in the storeroom and unpack them. I gotta hand it to you, boys. Since we've been getting these Osborne orders, we're in top financial shape.
Yeah.
Even with the 50 cents an hour I'm paying.
Yeah, 75 cents an hour.
75, now listen.
75 cents an hour, Herbert. I heard you promise.
Okay, Benedict Arnold.
A friend of the Osbornes.
Hi, Dobie. Mrs. Gillis.
Hello, dear.
Hi, Delphine. Gee, Delphine, I'm sorry about the dance tonight, but we've got to get Mrs. Osborne's orders filled.
Oh, that's all right. I understand. I just dropped by to tell you how proud I am that you're helping your father like this.
Yeah. Well, it's partly loyalty and mostly the money he's paying me. But it's for us, my sweet, even though it's keeping us apart right now.
I say, come on, Delphine, baby.
You're going to the dance with him?
Well, I wanted to go with you, Dobie, but you're so busy working tonight. Well, what could I do?
Ta-ta, chap. Happy packing.
Mom,
What, dear?
I gotta kill that boy. I just got
People in the opera. Hey, good buddy.
Oh, hi, Maynard.
Hey, let's say we ankle it down to the malt shop.
No, I can't, Maynard. I'm working. I'm filling this order for Mrs. Osborne.
Dobe, you've changed.
Well, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe you ought to try it, too. Here, put on an apron and come to work.
Oh, no. You've already changed. Now, if I change and you've changed, how are we going to know who we are?
Once a gal was dreamy, Dobie. Once a gal was creamy, Dobie. Once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dreamboat at all? No matter, she's hers and hers alone. 'Cause Dobie has to have a girl to call his own. Once a gal was dreamy, Dobie. Once a gal was creamy, Dobie. Once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dreamboat at all? No matter, she's hers and hers alone. Dobie.
My friend Maynard G. Krebs is a truly beautiful human being. On the inside, I mean. Now, on the outside, well... Maynard, everybody's watching. Chatsworth in a Western, you'd root for the Indians. Dizzy Gillespie.
Where? Ah, Sleeping Beauty has returned to the land of the living.
Like, hi, where's everybody been?
Ever since I've been a teacher, lo, these many years, I've learned to expect a certain deficiency of communication between pupil and instructor. I've experienced this unhappy state of affairs in varying degrees, sometimes small, often considerable. But never, Mr. Krebs, never until you registered in this class has this lack of communication reached absolute perfection. And for this, I owe you thanks.
Oh, it was like nothing.
I know, but thanks anyway. For the bleak present, shall we all turn to page 281 of this week? Since I am too young to retire, and thanks to you now too shaky to be drafted, I shall see you all tomorrow at this same time. On your mark, get set, dismiss. Oh, Mr. Osborne.
Yes.
I want to congratulate you on your excellent term paper.
Yes, it was rather smashing, wasn't it?
Especially the subject matter. The care and preservation of family fortunes accrued before the outrageous tax boost of 1889.
Fascinating,
Isn't the word fascinating?
You know, taxation of the aristocracy is the bugaboo of my social circle.
A square circle.
Yeah. Mr. Milfloss, I know we have entered the era of the common man, but this is ridiculous.
Please, I have enough fighting when my wife starts in on me for not going into air conditioning.
Mr. Milfloss, I must inform you that I shall not be attending class next week. I shall be in Bermuda.
In the middle of the semester?
Well, of course. It's the yacht racing season.
Oh, forgive me. I have raced a yacht and, must be days.
Days. You see, in the interscholastic Blue Water Trophy sale...
Interscholastic
Blue Water Trophy sale, yes. Our school colors will fly from the mast of my speedy 51-foot sloop. And I shall strive my utmost for good old Central High. Ship ahoy, mateys.
Boy, what a creep.
The creepiest. I mean, a boy like Chatsworth Osborne Jr. is bound to be different.
Yeah.
Remember, he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth.
Ooh, no wonder he talks like funny.
Please, Maynard. The teachers' union says that during recess, I am entitled to 8 carefree, relaxed minutes during which I am to think happy thoughts.
Yeah, well, we're sorry to bother you, Mr. Milfloss, but this is important. Maynard has a problem.
Now, how can I help you, Maynard?
Come on, Doe, we gotta, make tracks.
No, Maynard, no, you have a problem. You can't run away from it.
I'm not trying to run away from it. I just wish it had run away from me.
Maynard.
Now, this sounds serious.
It is, Mr. Milfloss. It's a question of Maynard's whole future.
Well, that's a question in itself.
What's to become of it?
You mean, whither is he drifting?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Wither.
I don't quite understand. This has been Maynard's problem for... How old are you, Maynard?
Like 18.
Whither is he drifting has been Maynard's problem for 18 years. Why the sudden panic?
Well, yesterday when he got a -2 on
-2?
Yeah, on his history exam, we decided it was time for action.
Yeah, I answered 2 questions wrong. The teacher didn't even ask.
Yeah.
Whither am I drifting?
Well, Maynard. Mr. Milfloss, you're a nice man.
Thank you.
And smart, too.
Thank you.
For a teacher. I mean, somebody has to save Maynard, and we picked you.
Well, those are the breaks.
Look, Mr. Milfloss, Maynard isn't hopeless. He has a friendly personality.
True.
And an upright moral character.
True.
And a good head on his shoulders. No kidding, Mr. Milfloss. Maynard would really amount to something if we could ever get him moving in the right direction. But he keeps going around in circles.
Yeah, I'm like dizzy.
Yeah.
Maynard, your problem is not unique. Many young men these days find themselves in your shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In the same situation. They lack a goal in life.
Maynard, what Mr. Milfloss means is, does anybody depend on you?
I got like 4 goldfish.
Do any people depend on you?
Yeah.
Dobie? No, I kind of like depend on him.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Like nobody.
You take it from me, Maynard. If somebody depended on you, counted on you, looked up to you, you'd soon find that your life would take on purpose and direction.
I gotta get some more goldfish.
No, what you need is a girl.
A girl?
Sure, Maynard, it happens to everybody.
Oh, no, I'm scared of chicks, Dobe.
Oh, now
In the
that's
movies,
silly.
they eat all my popcorn. They run ahead of me through doors. And in the girls' gym, they giggle about me.
Don't worry, Maynard. Someday you'll find a girl who really needs you, and then you'll forget all about your little problems.
Yeah.
Where am I gonna find a chick that, needs me? I mean, don't it have to be somebody I'm better than?
Well, all right, so Maynard needs somebody who needs him. But who? Or what? And why? Nope, it's a sad but true question. Who needs him?
Like, who needs me?
Maynard, stop running yourself down.
Name like one person who needs me. Well,
Just a minute, I'm thinking.
see, I'm like lost. Doomed.
You've always got me.
Yeah, I'm like lost. Doomed.
Thanks a lump.
No, good buddy. I just meant that you don't need me. If I was to flake off someplace, you'd keep swinging and never even know it was gone. I'm like lost. Doomed.
Maynard, cut that out. Of course I'd miss you if you went away. I depend on you to talk to and...
Dope, clue me on how much you missed me if I wasn't here. Dope.
Daddy? My name's Dobie Gillis. You're a vision of loveliness.
Pardon, mais je ne comprends rien.
Huh?
Est-ce qu'il n'y a personne qui parle français? Il me faut aller au bureau du principal.
Oh, German girl, huh?
Aidez-moi, s'il vous plaît. Je suis étrangère ici et il me faut aller au bureau du principal immédiatement.
Oh, I got it. You're French. Yeah, mademoiselle.
Ah,
Yeah.
tu parles français?
No.
Mais c'est
Wait a
magnifique,
minute.
c'est
No,
super.
see, me, Americano. What are you looking for? Looking, you know? Where are you going? Go. Can I help you? Just say, what did I say? I'm only trying to talk to you. You don't speak very good English, do you?
Dope. Quit your yammering at the poor chick. Here.
Oh, merci, mon cher
It's
protecteur.
okay. You're giving her the willies.
Celui qui a commencé, il me dit que je pouvais
Anytime.
aller...
Wait a minute. You speak French?
French, I don't even speak English.
Then how do you know what
Je
she's
lui ai
saying?
demandé si mon
I don't know,
professeur
Pops.
était
It's
là,
kind
il
of
a
like
pas
what she
voulu me
says. It's got a beat.
Oh, man.
It's all right, immigrant girl. Dobie didn't mean to scare you.
Oh, merci.
Oh, Maynard G. Krebs. I'll dig you later, good buddy. You stick with me.
Il n'y a pas moyen de la comprendre. Oh, Ménard, j'y crève.
Yeah, come on.
How do you figure it? I mean, here was this lovely creature who was so Parisienne that she made Maurice Chevalier look like he came from Cleveland. And she was talking up a storm to Maynard, who has trouble reading a label on a bottle of French dressing. I mean, it was spooky. But they sure seemed to understand each other. And for a while, it was the best thing that ever happened to Maynard. Can I help you, mademoiselle?
Je ne comprends pas, monsieur. Je ne comprends pas de tout ce que vous dites.
Would you like a seat? Huh?
Écoute, vous voulez pas
See?
m'aider? Je suis si malheureuse parce
Well,
que je
here we
n'arrive
go
pas à
again.
comprendre l'américain.
Never fear.
Vous voulez
Maynard's
pas
here.
m'aider? Vous voyez, mon père m'a demandé de venir ici, mais je ne comprends personne. Oh, Maynard J. Krebs, tu es magnifique, si gentil.
Yeah, likewise.
Maynard, stop holding out on
Lui, là, il me
Who is
parle
she?
tout le temps.
Her handle's
je comprends
Francois
pas ce qu'il veut me
Desjardins,
dire.
and her parents in some place called
Je suis
Paris.
élève,
In
il
France,
me
I
demande
think.
si
She's
je peux
gonna go to
pas
school for a couple of months
Mais
while
je
her father finishes up some kind of
comprends
business.
pas. Alors,
Maynard,
vous
that's
voulez pas
amazing.
m'aider,
You're not bad for a cat that flunked French 4
Aidez-moi.
times.
Vous voulez pas?
You flunked French 4 times?
Yeah, but I cheated.
Non, Maynard.
Yeah.
Oh, Maynard
Cool
J.
it, Francois
Krebs,
chick. I got
je
you
serais
covered.
perdue sans- Oh, c'est
good
vraiment
morning,
Yes,
pas
yeah.
m'aider.
Shall we all turn to page 281? Oh, a newcomer.
Mr. Milfoss, sir.
Please, Mr. Krebs, I'll talk to the young lady. Have you filled out your registration papers, miss?
Mr. Milfoss likes...
Down, boy, down.
Pourquoi parlez-vous comme ça, mon cher Maynard J. Krebs? Vous êtes
miss-
un mauvais homme, pas sympathique. Vraiment, alors vous êtes le
Mademoiselle.
plus gentil de vos élèves ici.
Mr. Krebs.
Et vous le
Like, yes,
traitez
sir.
comme un
Maybe I better,
étranger.
like,
Et
let
qu'est-ce que
you
c'est que ces
handle this.
manières?
Like, yes,
Vraiment,
sir.
cet homme, il est pourtant bien gentil avec moi. Vous êtes un drôle de
Oui.
professeur, voilà.
That crepe Suze, that's too hot for me to handle.
Chair.
Cher,
Sit.
c'est...
Pencil.
Pinceau,
Like paper.
paper.
Mr. Milfoss, we're like ready.
Maybe a long time before I am.
He's like a teacher.
Teacher.
Mr. Milfloss,
Yes, Mr. Gillis?
this is Maynard G. Krebs. He's like a friend of mine.
I'm so happy for you both.
Maynard was on clouds 9 through 109 inclusive. He'd finally found somebody who needed him, and it was turning him into a man. It was beautiful.
The best part of the whole... Frère Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous.
Ah, mais c'est très bien, c'est très très bien.
Now you do the one I taught you in English.
Boo-ba-doo-ba-ba-boo. Boo-ba-boo.
Yeah, like cool.
What Mr. Milfloss said really came true. Now that Maynard had somebody who needed him and looked up to him, he knew whither he was drifting. Right away, his grades started to get better. They were rapidly rising to a D average. And then, disaster.
Hi-ho, gang. Home is the sailor, home from the sea. Hello, Mr. Milfoss.
Welcome home, Mr. Osborne. How did you make out at the yacht race?
2 firsts and a second.
Oh, congratulations.
Here, our school colors. They flew from the mast of my speedy
51-foot sloop.
I would have had a clean sweep except for some beastly trouble with a lightning foretop jibsail.
Those lightning foretop jibsails will get you every time.
Well. What have we here?
Oh, je m'assieds ici parce qu'on m'a dit que c'est une chaise inoccupée.
Hoist your bilge pump and vague off, Chatsworth. You don't like dig your lingo.
Oh, not your lingo, perhaps, mon enfant. But Mumsy and I have not been wintering in the Riviera just for the pâté de foie gras, you know. Mademoiselle, c'est un grand plaisir de vous bienvenir à notre pays et à notre école. Your hand. Je m'appelle Chatsworth Osborne Feast. Chatsworth Osborne Feast means Chatsworth Osborne the son, or in your vernacular, Junior.
Oh, well, sure, everybody knows that.
May we? We may.
All right, my young multilinguals. Class dismissed.
Comment drôle, ces Américains, n'est-ce
Vous
pas?
parlez français comme un vrai Parisien, monsieur Osborne Fils.
On m'appelle Chatsworth, ma chère.
Je m'appelle Françoise.
François.
Desjardins.
Françoise Desjardins.
François. Oh, non, Ménard. Je veux apprendre de quelqu'un qui me comprenne. Par exemple, est-ce que vous connaissez le
Maynard.
professeur
What?
est-ce qu'il est difficile?
François.
Aussi,
Vague
est-ce que vous
off,
connaissez
Gillis,
Ménard?
baby.
Est-ce
Maynard?
que vous connaissez ménage, vous êtes
Mais non, bien sûr, bien sûr.
Françoise Desjardins. On sait que je l'aimais parce qu'elle était...
Doomed. Lost.
Maynard, stop dramatizing. She's only a girl.
Only a girl? The only girl I ever liked look on like a girl. I'm lost. Doomed.
This really hit you, didn't it?
Right in the heart.
Here, Maynard. That's okay. Maynard, you're not going to lose, Francois.
That Chatsworth Osborne thief.
She went for you once.
Yeah, only the old feast barreled in. But Jim, she can like talk.
You talked to her.
No, we like Doug. We didn't like talk.
Well, that proves your two hearts beating as one. Maynard, love can overcome any obstacle.
Not all them parley-voos and silver plates.
Yeah, leap over the language barrier. Appeal to her as a man.
Me? Dobe, you gotta be Josh.
No, Maynard, we're gonna give you a complete overhaul. You're as good as Chatsworth any day. First, some new clothes.
What's wrong with these?
This might be tougher than I thought.
Good buddy. Do I like it to sell my platters in hi-fi gear?
You like have to if you're gonna have any money.
But it's like losing my right arm or my beard.
Maynard, no money, no clothes. No clothes, no Francois.
No argument.
No.
Hey, like hi, Maynard.
Like hi, Riv. You know my good buddy Dobie.
Hi, Rev.
Yeah, I saw him walk by a Dizzy Gillespie album and went out bowing. Hey, you got some loot? You coming in for some free spinning?
I came in to sell my platters in hi-fi.
Oh, Pops, you been like drafted?
No, it's like a chick.
That's worse. I take it she got tipped you tapped out, true?
She ain't been broken in yet.
What would you do if she was a Lawrence Welk record?
Drop her.
Now stay out of this, Riff. She's Maynard's girl.
Would you tell us how long to wait in the bus?
There are more important things in life than jazz.
Oh, man, like, ain't he been reported to some committee?
Don't be rough, Riff. He ain't had our advantages.
Maynard, hurry up and sell this stuff. This place gives me the creeps.
Like Vice and like Versa.
How much you gonna throw me for the whole heap? I got some sounds in there that are so progressive, nobody understands them. And man, that preamp, it really shakes.
Man, I'm gonna do you like a favor.
Yeah, like how much?
Like nothing.
Like nothing.
Like zero.
Man, you're like putting me on.
No, I'm like doing it for your own good. You're gonna toss all this down the drain for like a 5'2" eyes of blue?
I'm like ape over.
Look, you're a swinging protest cat. And I protest if you quit protesting.
But I gotta quit.
Man, you're like flipping.
Look, stay out of this, Riff. You're running a record shop, not a Lonely Hearts Club.
Why don't you go find out if Dr. Schweitzer will make a house call?
Now, that's silly.
Oh, you're in trouble, brother. He's an advanced case.
Look, Maynard, either sell the stuff or let's get out of here.
Yeah, buy it, Daddy-O. I'd hate to sell it to a stranger. You know, one of them.
You're like losing me, man.
I'll be like back.
They never come back. Like, farewell, Maynard. What do you got?
I got 5 Thelonious Monk albums.
Thelonious Monk? That's like the kid selling Lassie.
2 Miles Davis, 2 Cal Jaded, 2 Ahmed Jamal.
Hold it. What's this doing in there? Sal Mineo recites Alice in Wonderland?
One of my mother's.
Your mother? It took a lot of weeping and wailing, but Maynard finally sold his records and got enough money to buy a new sport jacket and a shirt. But that was only the preliminary. The main event was still to come, and Maynard was going to get hit right where it hurts.
Shave off my beard?
You gotta do it, Maynard. Show Francois that you've really become a gentleman.
Shave off my beard?
It's a symbol of the kind of life you're leaving behind.
Shave off my beard?
All right. Forget about it. Run around for the rest of your life looking like a
slob.
I was gonna say eccentric. However,
you're right, Dobie. I'm a slob. I gotta do it.
Oh, you won't be sorry, Maynard. It'll change your whole way of living. They'll call you that clear-eyed, clean-cut Maynard G. Krebs.
Yeah.
You won't be an outsider. You'll belong.
Shave off my beard?
Shave off his beard? Oh, sure. Yeah, bring him over in a half hour. Okay. Maynard Krebs. They want me to shave off his beard.
Maynard Krebs? I gotta tell my kid. This is like seeing Haley's Comet.
Now relax, Maynard. Everything will be fine.
Dobe, I'm scared.
Now, Mr. Sneed is a very experienced barber. Aren't you, Mr. Sneed?
Why, in 22 years, I haven't lost a patient yet.
You hear that, Maynard? Pretty funny, huh?
Good buddy, I want like out.
Maynard, now there's nothing to worry about. I'll be right here next to you.
Promise?
I promise. Yes. Maynard. Maynard, I'm right here.
Gee, I feel like Benedict Arnold.
It's for his own good. Shave him already. That's not burning him, is it?
Oh, no. Thank goodness he just fainted. Now for the unveiling.
Job?
Yeah?
Is that me?
That's you.
Ooh, I'm like beautiful.
Like, hi, Mr. Milkboss.
Hi, Mr. Milkboss.
Like who?
It's me, Maynard.
You're kidding.
No, sir. It's him, all right.
Ah, mademoiselle.
Maynard, c'est toi?
Maynard G. Krebs. For you, ma chère Francois. Kind of tough to do with sneakers.
Qu'est-ce qu'il fait, lui, là?
Francois, you dropped your flowers. Francois, you dropped your...
Dites-moi, quand vous étiez à Paris,
I'll
où
pick them up
êtes-vous
for you,
resté?
Francois.
À l'hôtel moderne sur la place de la République.
Here's your flowers,
Oh,
Francois.
mon
Et
hôtel
vous?
favori est sur la place de la
François?
Concorde. Oh, mon
Vous
hôtel
connaissez?
favori, moi, il est sur la place de la Concorde. Mais je connais votre hôtel aussi, je suis
You don't want my
très
flowers.
Et je connais cet hôtel-là.
I got no girl.
Petit
I
hôtel
got no
pour-
beard.
Pour les étudiants.
Oui, c'est ça. Moi, quand vous étiez ici à Paris...
Maynard.
est-ce que-
Maynard. Francois.
Oh, je l'ai pas dit.
Maynard.
Vous savez-
Maynard, can you get along without us, Mr. Milkboss?
I'd certainly like to try.
I'm like lost. Doomed. Doomed. Lost.
Maynard, we're not going through that again.
She like hates me. She looked right through me like I was indivisible.
Maynard, that's invisible.
Yeah, invisible.
I know you're suffering, but you've just got to be brave.
How can I? I'm like naked.
Maynard, I'll make it up to you. Yeah, let's go over to the malt shop. I'll treat. How about the movies? They're showing a great double feature. The Monster That Devoured Cleveland and the Son of the Monster That Devoured Cleveland. Maynard, remember, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. Ask me, I know. Uh-oh. Chatsworth is screaming to come down here just so you can rub it in.
Unfortunately, chap, that's not why we're here at all.
Parlez maintenant.
Ah, Tom, ma chère. You can't know how this pains me, but Francoise wants me to give you a message.
Like a message?
I don't want to do it, but we members of the aristocracy have a certain obligation to our social inferiors. Noblesse oblige, they call it.
Go on already.
Well, she wants me to tell you that tu insistes.
J'insiste.
She insists. Go
Dites-lui
ahead.
que je l'aimais parce qu'il était bon et aussi que je vous parlais parce que j'avais tellement envie de parler le français.
Francoise wants me to tell you that the only reason she ever paid any attention to me was because she was dying to speak French with someone, anyone. Oh, how degrading.
Aussi que je l'aimais parce qu'il était tellement bon.
Also because you were good.
Like true.
Et gentil.
And kind.
Like true.
Avec un cœur d'or.
Like true.
Wait, Krebs, baby, I didn't even translate it yet.
I need you. I dig what she says.
Mais il a changé, il porte de nouveaux habillements et il acte comme un garçon différent.
She liked me the way I used to be with my beard and my sweatshirt.
Le garçon que je vois maintenant, il n'est pas le vrai Maynard G. Krebs.
She says
The way I am now is not the real Maynard G. Krebs.
La trou, la trou.
You haven't lost her, Maynard. She just wants you the way you used to be.
Yeah. My sweatshirt.
Oui, oui.
Yeah, my beard.
Oui.
And Francois. Man, that's living.
Vive le Maynard. Vive le Dobie.
Vive la France.
Viva the Eiffel Tower. I got a letter from Francois, from Paris.
Oh, that's great, Maynard. What's she got to say?
Well, I tried to read it, but, you know, she's French.
Oh, well, here, maybe I can make it out. You, couldn't read this.
Not a word.
It's written in English.
Hey, like, how about that? What's it say?
Once a gal was dreamy, Dobie. Once a gal was creamy, Dobie. Once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dream or at all? No matter, he's hers and hers alone. 'Cause Dobie has to have a girl to call his own. Once a gal was dreamy, Dobie. Once a gal was creamy, Dobie. Once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dreamboat at all? No matter, he's hers and hers alone. Dobie!
My name's Dobie Gillis. I'm a young man with a lot of problems. Just a couple of years ago, all I had to worry about was simple fractions and keeping my pants up and Dick Tracy and scout meetings. Now I've got to worry about girls. You know, this is better, I think. At least when I have a girl, which is practically never. Of course, I won't be worrying about girls all the rest of my life. In a few years, I'll be a grown man. Then I'll be worrying about women. And they're the worst kind of girls. I know. I found out yesterday. We were in Charlie Wong's ice cream parlor.
Look, Dobie, why don't you just give up girls?
Maybe I should just give up life. Say, Eldon, you work for a medical laboratory. What's a good poison to take?
Oh, they're all lousy.
Well, I'm not picky.
Oh, take it easy, Pops.
What's there to live for, anyway?
Dizzy Gillespie's new album.
How much can one person suffer? How much breakage can one heart take?
Man, we put those words like music, we got a big hit. How much can one person suffer?
Maynard.
Oh, they're square but commercial,
Maynard, you don't understand. I'm desperate. I'm a drained man. Just as this glass is drained, I face a future empty of his soft feminine face. There's no girl in the world for me.
Who's she?
Man, that's a cool tune.
Doc Simpson's nurse, Valerie Brown.
Sweet Valerie Brown.
First cousin of Georgia.
I make deliveries to her office, and sometimes she touches my hand, and it burns. Listen, get away. Come on.
Miss Brown?
Yes?
Yeah, you know Eldon.
Yes, I know Eldon.
Yeah, and this is Maynard Krebs.
How do you do, Maynard?
Oh, man, that burns.
And do you have a name?
Yes, I have. Dobie Gillis.
Glad to meet you, Dobie.
Well, we've met. It was one night last week. You had wings and you hovered over my bed. And I heard music from 1,000 violins.
Well,
you're beautiful. When can I see you again?
Tonight. Look for me. I'll be flying low.
I found her. I found her at last.
What are you saying? She's about 25.
You'd be like your math teacher.
You don't dig it, do you? There's no love in this life greater than the love for an older woman. I think I'll marry her.
Marry her? You mean like what happened to your mother and father? Dobe, you need a new set of plugs.
She doesn't even know you're alive. She'll know. Just wait and see. Say, when do you make your next delivery to Doc Simpson?
4 o'clock.
I'll do it for you. Take the afternoon off. You his friend?
Yeah.
He needs friends. She just looked at me. The second time she looked through me. The third time she laughed. I think I'll die.
Oh, she was like too old for you anyway.
She was mature.
Hey, let's go to a movie.
When she smiled, she warmed you from the light in her eyes.
I think they're playing The Monster Who Devoured Cleveland.
She looked at me, my soul was seared to a nice golden brown.
The second feature is Space Accountant.
And the sad, hard fact is I made no impression on her.
Third feature is Gone with the Wind.
I tried everything in the book.
The fourth feature...
Everything but dropping dead at her feet.
The fourth feature is...
I've got it.
Huh?
Maynard, I've got it. Hit me square between the eyes. Why didn't I think of that before?
What?
Sympathy.
That's the fourth feature, Tea and Sympathy.
Cool, healing hands on a fevered brow. Her hands, my brow, my Valerie.
Yeah, the fifth feature...
Maynard, I'm gonna get sick.
Oh, not here.
I'm not just plain sick. Real fancy sick, like half dead. So her heart can go out to me in sympathy.
Man, your needle's like Slip the Groove.
From sympathy to love is only a hop, skip, and a jump. Let's go.
Hey, the fifth feature
not
is...
to the movies, to the library. I've got to get sick.
In the library?
Research, Maynard. When you've got an ailment, there's nothing like knowing the proper symptoms.
You like rickets? Shh. You like rickets?
That's for babies. Hey, Maynard, listen to this. Hyperclinitis. Buzzing in the ears, spots before the eyes, pressure around the throat.
Yeah, I get like the same thing from wearing a collar and a tie.
Yeah, too common.
I don't think it's gonna work good, buddy. You can't like have your sickness and romance, too.
I'm serious, Maynard. Now get with it.
Hey, let's go to a movie.
No.
Maybe they got like a sick picture.
Stop it, will you?
Look, Big Daddy, I'm beginning not to feel good from all this sick talk.
Find me something serious and you can go home.
I don't want to go home. I want to go to a movie.
Maynard, I've got to get sick, sick, sick.
Bubonic plague! Bubonic plague, man, that's got a beat.
Oh, I couldn't come down with that.
Why not?
It's for bubons.
Measles, mumps, migraine, melancholy baby.
Hey, Maynard, listen to this. Citroniosis.
Yeah, good sound.
A rare blood condition.
Good lyrics.
The cause is unknown, possibly spread by ticks.
What's the melody?
Symptoms. Peculiar reddish complexion, shortness of breath, general weakness.
Peculiar reddish complexion. I like it.
Maynard, I think I found me an ailment.
Congratulations. When are you like going to come down with it?
First thing tomorrow morning, right before breakfast.
Yeah, only one thing bugs me. How are you going to fool the doctor?
Look, Maynard, when you've got a pain in your side, how does the doctor know you have it?
Radar?
Everything which is in here, I've got.
Yeah? Shortness of breath? General weakness? Spasm in the stomach muscles? Facial twitch? Nausea?
Any more?
You don't need it anymore. You're very sick.
Can you see Valerie holding me close and saying, poor, poor boy, my darling, hurry and get well. Come on, let's get out of here. I want to practice my symptoms. To be sick when you're in the best of health isn't as simple as it appears on the surface to be. The first hurdle was my mother. I didn't anticipate any problem here at all.
Nonsense. You're a fine, strapping, healthy, red-blooded, all-American boy.
Then my dad came over and he wanted to know what was wrong. I told him I thought I was coming down with something. And there was a worried look on his face.
Yes, boy, I'm worried. Because you're sick, son. Good and sick. And there's only one cure for what you got: sweat. Now, you can work up a sweat in one of two ways. Number one, you can drag that lazy body of yours into the back room and start unpacking that load of canned goods that's been sitting there for over a week. Or, number two, you can start running. But no matter how fast or how far you run, I'm going to catch you, boy, because this time you're not going to wriggle out of it.
He didn't believe me. I knew right then and there I had to play it cool. Real cool. I unpacked the 12 cases of canned peas, Dad. I swept out the storeroom, scrubbed out the cooler, filled the outgoing orders, lined up the empties, threw out the no deposit, no returns that were returned, canned the eggs, and washed the truck. What's next?
Our boy is sick.
It's nothing, Dad. Just a shortness of breath, general weakness, dizzy spells.
Here, take this and go over and see Doc Simpson.
Oh, gee, thanks, Dad.
Oh, my. And he was such a fine, strapping, healthy...
Winnie, there's nothing wrong with him physically. It's up here.
What's the matter with him up there?
How do I know? What am I, a psychiatrist? All I know is that he did the work of 10 men this morning, and any time Dobie works, there must be something wrong with him.
Well, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with you, Dobie. You're a fine, strapping,
there must
healthy...
be. I get a shortness of breath, general weakness, dizzy spells, a spasm in my stomach muscles.
You keep saying that.
You believe me, don't you?
Of course I do.
Do you believe me, Doc?
Well, frankly, no, but let's take a blood test.
A blood test? What for?
Well, very often when we can't find anything clinically, the chemistry of the blood will tell us a story.
Why listen to my blood when you can hear it from me?
Feel better, Dobie, when we find out from the test that there's nothing wrong with you?
Oh, but there is. I get a shortness of breath, general weakness, dizzy spells, spasm in my stomach.
Oh, this won't hurt.
Maynard, what are you doing here?
Waiting for Dobie.
What's he doing here?
What are you doing here?
I came to pick up something.
So pick it up.
Here, Alvin, rush this right down to the lab. It's Dobie Gillis's blood. How do you feel?
Don't stop.
I think you better go home now.
Don't stop.
Dobie?
Darling.
Now, come on, get up. When that blood test comes back negative,
You mean you took a sample of my blood while I was out cold?
It's already on its way to the medical laboratory. Don't you worry, you'll be fine.
I will?
Of course.
But I can't be. I know my own symptoms. Shortness of breath, general weakness.
The blood never
dizziness.
lies.
Never?
Never.
But supposing it comes back positive.
It won't.
If it's supposing it does.
Well, then we'll find out what's wrong with you and we'll make you well.
Will you care?
Of course, I'll be thinking of you all the time. Now, come on, go home. And don't worry. And I'll fly over your bed again tonight.
Fly low. Very...
Now what?
What?
The only thing wrong with that boy is you.
Oh.
He's got a crush on you. That's why he's here, to be close to you.
That's silly. Why should a fine, strapping...
Those are the kind who get crushes. Like me, when you walked in here the first time.
You mean like me, when I pretended to be sick?
And the test was negative.
Oh, but I was positive.
So was I. Love me?
Uh-huh.
Will you miss me?
The 2 days will be like 2 years.
Keep away from that boy while I'm gone. I don't like the way he looks at you.
Oh.
Goodbye, darling.
Goodbye.
All right, what did the doctor have to say?
Nothing. He just took my blood count.
How much was it?
How much blood or how much money?
How much money? How many bloods can you have? You've got one blood just like anybody else. I could have told the doctor that. How much did it cost?
Now, don't worry, Dad. He'll send you a bill.
I gotta kill that boy. I just gotta.
Now, Herbert, Dobie's a wonderful boy, and you know it.
He's a wonderful boy. He's a wonderful human garbage disposal. That's what he is. There's only one thing keeps that boy from being a genuine, all-out juvenile delinquent.
He's too fine.
He's too lazy.
There are no delinquent juveniles. There are only delinquent parents. We shouldn't think of him as a child. We should be modern and progressive. We should take the psychological approach. Do you know why Dobie runs after girls all the time?
No, I got a pretty good idea. Have you seen some of those girls he's running after? He'd be out of his mind if he didn't chase them. Why, if I were just a few years younger, I'd still be chasing you. And that is a very good idea.
Don't change the subject. This is important. The reason that Dobie runs after girls is that he needs love.
You have been reading those magazines again.
Which magazine?
You know which magazines. Those women's magazines. Dobie needs love. Dobie needs a shot in the head. That's what Dobie needs. I should have clobbered that kid the first time he got out of line. And you know, I never laid a hand on that boy. Not once. Oh, why didn't I?
Because that's primitive.
Primitive? Listen, my father clobbered me, but plenty. All week long, we went around the store liking each other. Nothing was said. And then on Saturday night, when I got ready to take my bath, he called me over and he ticked off everything I had done wrong on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then my father did his duty. He took me down in the basement and he gave it to me. And did it ruin my life? Did it make me a criminal? No! I am a solid citizen. I am a down-to-earth, middle-of-the-road, stable, solid, level-headed, even-tempered, mature, conscientious.
I rest my case.
Did you go to the library?
Yeah, man.
And you got me the dope on citroniosis?
Word for word from the book. Man, that's dull reading.
12 million red blood cells per cubic millimeter. Hemoglobin 9 grams. Boy, that sounds serious.
Now let's go to a movie.
You know, first we gotta get to Eldon before he delivers a report to Doc Simpson.
Then we go to a movie.
No, then we louse up the report to fit my symptoms.
Then we go to a movie.
No, then we take my report with all that hemoglobin jazz in it and substitute it in place of the real one.
Then we go to a movie?
Then we go to a movie.
Nah, I saw the picture 3 times. What else you want to do?
If we just... Here he comes. Remember, give him the old double talk.
Leave it to me.
Hey, what's with you guys? I got deliveries to make. What's so important?
Well, sit down and we'll tell you.
Man, wait till you hear this. What a blast. You know the Franticus Pratt? When he and the Phineas and the Browns got together and I said, who, Eldon? Not Eldon. They said, yeah, Eldon. He would never any time. And what do you think?
Yeah, what do you think?
What are you saying?
Tell him, Maynard. I got a Stramnik on the Lucky Go. I'll be right back.
What's he got to do?
He's got a Stramnik on the Lucky Go. And I said, who, Eldon?
Yeah,
and
he phoned for you, Eldon.
For me? What are you saying? Nobody knows I'm here.
It's a girl.
Really?
What a voice. Is Eldon there, please? Would you be kind enough to call him to the phone? Thank you so much.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man!
Normal.
Hello? Hello?
Eldon?
Yes, this is Eldon.
Lucy.
Lucy? Lucy who?
Lucy Heckendorn. Remember we met on Front that time and we laughed?
What's that?
Don't tell me you've forgotten like so soon. We had such a traunt. And I said, you don't mean that. You held me tactile all the way.
I did?
Lucy Heckendorn. H like in heck.
I don't remember you, but I certainly would like to.
Well, I remember you. You're that tall, handsome Fleminick man, aren't you, with Placenic hair?
Your time is up. Deposit 10 cents for the next 3 minutes, please.
Hurry up, Dobe. The operator wanted some more coin.
All finished.
Oh, and just in time, too.
Who was it, Eldon?
A girl.
A girl?
Met her at a party once. She remembered me as a tall, handsome Fleminick man with Placenic hair.
What kind of hair?
You wouldn't understand.
So on! Did you fix up the report?
All fixed. And how can I thank you enough?
Oh, forget it, good buddy. It was Fleminick.
Dobie Gillis. A fine, strapping, red-blooded... Oh, no. Hemoglobin, 9 grams. That poor boy. Indication of incipient citroniosis. Operator, this is an emergency. Get me the health department, quickly.
Citroniosis. That's the most contagious disease known to man. We must quarantine the boy. We must quarantine everybody he's come in contact with.
No, I don't know where he is. Isolation? If I get my hands on him, I'll send him to Madagascar, let alone to the Board of Health. Listen, you better open my store or I'll sue the city. There's nothing wrong with my boy, and what the heck is this whatever you said? Oh, yeah? Well, listen, you just better open my store, that's all. Whatever he said.
And he was such a fine, strapping, healthy, red-blooded...
All-American dodo. My own flesh and blood closes my store. I wonder if he's really sick.
Of course he is, and we have to find him.
We? The whole police department's out looking for him. Do you know what our little boy has done? He has caused a panic.
I hope he doesn't catch cold on top of everything.
Phone Dr. Simpson. It's very urgent. When did he leave? Oh, thank goodness. Goodbye.
Dobie!
Oh, I don't feel well.
Stay where you are. Don't move.
Huh?
You're very ill, Dobie.
Oh, did my test come back? What did it say? I told you I didn't feel good. I've been away all day worrying about myself, wondering what the result of my test was, hoping that I would feel your cool hands on my hot head.
Don't come near me, Dobie.
Why, darling?
You have a very serious ailment.
I have?
Extremely serious.
What have I got?
Citroniosis.
Really?
Let's stay where you are.
Valerie, my Florence Nightingale, what's wrong?
You're contagious.
I'm what?
Oh, no, don't be frightened, Dobie. The police will be here soon. They're going to put you in isolation. Dr. Simpson will do everything he can for you.
The police? Isolation? What for? I'm a fine, strapping, healthy, red-blooded, all-American boy. Oh, here you are.
Oh, wait, this is all a mistake. I'm normal. Come along, son. You'll have the best of care. I've got a boy your age. He's a fine, strapping, healthy, red-blooded.
Goodbye, Dobie. You'll be all right.
Hey, I'm all right now. I haven't got anything.
Come along, son.
Well, wait,
Better fumigate this room.
Look, ask Maynard. Ask the medical laboratory. I don't feel good.
I know.
I'm not going anywhere. Take your hands off me. This is a free country.
No. Don't you worry. They might find a cure for it one of these days.
What are you talking about? I got nothing to cure.
Miracles happen every day. Look at penicillin, the race between aspirin and bufferin.
I won't go. I won't.
Jim!
What's going on here?
I'm being railroaded, Doc.
Let the boy go.
Let him go. He's sick.
I'm his physician. I'll take the responsibility.
Okay, you're the doctor, but let me warn you, he's got to be in isolation.
I'll take care of it.
So long, son. Research goes on day and night. Same age as my boy.
Jim, stay away from Dobie. He's got...
I know what he's got. I just came from the lab and saw the report. The real report.
Then you know about me and about...
You want to know something, Dobie? I've got the same thing you've got. Only I got it first. Okay, Dobie. You're cured.
Don't worry, Dobie. You'll find a girl.
Yeah, that's what they keep telling me. So how come I never find one?
You're on the sauce again, Dobe. What's the matter, good buddy?
Same as always. No girl. All that research we did, wasted. Valerie loves Doc Simpson.
Oh, cheer up, Big Daddy. You'll get a girl and that old bluebird of happiness will like fly again.
Never.
Wow, who's she? Cora Klaus, just got back from boarding school.
All of a sudden, the sun is out.
Very rich. Her father owns some big business in town.
Oh, not Klaus's nursery.
Yeah. He sells babies?
No, plants, trees, shrubs, stuff like that. Oh. Come on, Maynard, we're going to the library.
Again? What for?
I want to read up on Japanese beetles.
Once a gal was dreamy, Dobie. Once a gal was creamy, Dobie. Once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dream or at all? No matter, he's hers and hers alone. 'Cause Dobie has to have a girl to call his own. Once a gal was dreamy, Dobie. Once a gal was creamy, Dobie. Once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dreamboat at all? No matter, it's hers and hers alone. Dobie.
I'm picking flowers for my girl, Arabella Parmalee. Ah, lovely Arabella. What could be more fitting? I mean, Arabella's a flower herself. Her skin is like a rose petal. Her eyes are like delphiniums. Her two lips are like tulips. Her hair is...
Oh, hi, good buddy. What you like doing?
I was like picking flowers.
Who's the chick?
Her name's Arabella Parmalee, and she loves me.
Oh, she's like new in the neighborhood, huh?
Maynard, that's not friendly.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dobe. Here, I'll help you.
Oh, good, good. Arabella is a merry, splendid thing. She's the
Oh, Dobe.
Yes, my helper?
I think we better, stop plucking these poppies.
No, surely you jest. For the love of my great tawny animal, I may go on picking these delicate buds forever.
Oh.
Arabella is a Come on, help me, Maynard. You always liked flowers.
I just kicked it. Dobe like Eagles J like the Ops J, huh?
I'm gonna pick so many I might need a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, a fast one, like headed out of town.
Maynard, you're worried about something.
Yeah, and it's like right behind you.
Like right behind me?
Yeah. Like hi.
We want to... Like I see what you mean. Yeah, good afternoon, officer. How's business?
Caught many gangsters lately?
Maynard.
See this sign?
Oh, yeah,
yes,
we
sir.
see it.
Yeah.
Man, what spelling?
Yeah.
What printing?
Maynard.
Cool, read it.
Read it? Oh. Well, you see, sir, in this light...
Read it, mister, or you'll be the first boy in town to do his homework in solitary confinement.
Do not pick the flowers.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now you.
Oh, well, you see, sir, in this light...
All over town, robbers are robbing, murderers are murdering, and some lucky cop is chasing them. But me, I get stuck with a couple of left-headed flower filches.
Well, sir, I only picked a few to help my romance.
You like the romance, aren't you, sir?
No, I'm a married man.
Honest, officer, we didn't mean any harm.
Out! And if I ever catch you defacing city property again, I'll run you in.
Oh, yes, yes, sir.
All right, halt! Those flowers are city property.
Oh, yes, sir. Sorry.
Halt! It's against the law to clutter up the park.
Oh, yes, sir. Come on, Maynard. Sorry, officer.
Yes.
Come on.
Halt! You can't dump them over there.
Yes, sir. Maynard. Oh, sir, please excuse us. We didn't mean it.
Like, no.
We couldn't help it.
But you like so hard to run around.
What?
No. He just means we wanted to run past you.
Yeah, but your big fat stomach kept getting in the way.
If I catch you on my beat again, you better have a sneaky lawyer.
Hi, Mom. How do I look?
Oh, lovely Arabella.
Do you think Dobie will like me?
Well, let me put it this way, dear. If your father saw you in that dress, he'd lock you in your room.
Oh, Dobie will like me.
What type of boy is he?
Dobie? Well, he's a little hard to describe.
Where's he taking you?
A walk in the park, I guess.
That describes him perfectly. The out-of-money type.
He's very polite. I'm sure even Daddy will like him.
Does he talk back?
Oh, no.
Daddy will like him.
Boy, did I run into a couple of lame brains yesterday. Arabella changed that dress or I'll lock you in your room.
Welcome home, Daddy.
Have you ever been in love? I don't mean the shallow kind of love where you feel like you're floating on a cloud. I mean the serious, everlasting kind of love where you feel like you've just eaten something that doesn't agree with you. Well, that's how I felt. Sick. And it was wonderful. Maynard?
Oh, hi, good buddy.
Hi.
You going out with the chick tonight?
Yep, to the movies.
Can I go along?
Well, Maynard, we'd like your company and all that, but when a fella and a girl go to the movies, well, you know how it is.
I'll pay my own way.
Well, that isn't it, Maynard.
Oh, I dig it.
Now, look, Maynard, you see them...
Go on, have fun. I'll be like all right.
Maynard, stop dramatizing.
Oh, it's just like when Clark Gable kept running off with Myrna Loy. Spencer Tracy kept being left behind.
Maynard.
Call me Spencer.
What? Now, look, Maynard, you've got to understand. Arabella will never come between us. I mean, love is love, but friendship is entirely different.
Like true?
Yeah. Now, you see, if a man likes fishing, that doesn't mean he stops liking his wife and children.
Oh, you mean if you like Dig Dizzy Gillespie, that don't mean you have to kick Thelonious Monk.
Right, Maynard.
Yeah, and if you go for hot fudge sundaes, that don't mean you have to give up French fried potatoes.
No.
Or how about spooky movies?
Spooky
if you rate for them, that don't mean you have to turn up your nose at widescreen and CinemaScope. Yeah, and take television.
Maynard.
Who says you like Love Lucy and Sneer at the Millionaire? And beers. Mine look swinging on me, but look pretty square, my mother.
Maynard, enough! People are watching. Goodness.
You'd have to draw me a picture.
Well, I'm glad.
Frankly, Dobe, you don't credit me for, like, digging these basic precepts.
Basic precepts?
Yeah, I read that in a box of breakfast cereal. Good buddy.
Yes, Maynard?
You're going to say hello to me when you meet me on the street, aren't you?
Now, look, Maynard, please try to understand.
Go on, good buddy. Go on. Don't look back.
Okay, we'll all go to the movies. Here.
Wish that Dobie would hurry up and get here. He's late.
Oh, my feet hurt. I won't be able to make that Bison Lodge meeting tonight. Hurry up with that water, will you? I wouldn't mind getting my feet sore chasing after some real crooks. But it's pretty aggravating just chasing around after a couple of kids. Arabella, if I ever find you hanging around any teenage characters like that, I'll put you on bread and water for a week.
How many banks did they knock on? How many heists did they pull?
Please, Edith. You're making me homesick.
Sam, it's your own fault you're not on the beat with this action. You and that violent temper.
Temper? Who's got a temper? I'm sweet as sugar. Yeah, what do you think you're doing? The Sam Hill is that? I'll get it. Now, wait a minute. This house is my beat.
You go out and patrol the closet until you get your clothes on.
Hi, Dobie.
Hi, Arabella.
You're late.
How well I know, Arabella. Each moment away from you is like an eternity. To the fairest of them all. And to the fair sister of the fairest of them all.
Oh, you'll go a long way,
Yes,
boy. But I happen to be her mother.
No.
I don't know about Daddy, but Mother loves him.
Yeah.
Mom, this is Dobie Gillis.
Charmed. Would you mind if somebody else came along with us to the movies?
Oh, that's sweet of you, Dobie, but you two kids run along.
No. I mean, Maynard, come on in. This is my friend Maynard G. Clippers. Maynard, this is Mrs. Parmalee and Arabella Parmalee.
Hello.
Like hi.
Mhm.
Like hi.
Like, how do you do?
Arabella, I didn't think you'd mind if Maynard came along with us to the movies. He was kind of lonesome.
So you didn't?
No.
Yeah, I won't be in the way. I'll even get my own popcorn.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, like, please, they're showing a real gasser of a movie. The monster that devoured Cleveland.
Well, all right. This time.
Oh, thank you,
You're like a
Arabella.
real human being, man.
Yeah. Maynard. I'm sorry the flowers are so beat up, but I had a little trouble.
Oh?
A fat cop stepped all over me.
Boys, in this house, we do not use the word cop. We prefer law enforcement officer.
Oh, well, this big, fat law enforcement officer was taking up the whole part.
Yeah, you should have seen him. He looked like 100 pounds of potatoes in a 50-pound sack.
Oh, don't you think a bit like cut out?
Oh, no, not yet, Maynard. Boy, was he clumsy. He squashed the daylights out of the flowers. He was built for a lot of squash.
Doe, we gotta go.
In a minute, Maynard, in a minute. Sometimes I wonder why these fat cops, fat law enforcement officers.
Good buddy, the monster's gonna have Cleveland half devoured. Come on.
Maynard, you're worried about something again.
Yeah, and he's like right behind you.
Like right behind me?
Like hi.
Like I see what you mean. Good evening, how's business?
Caught many gangsters lately?
Yeah.
What are these criminal types doing here?
They're Dobie Gillis and Maynard Krebs.
Yeah.
Do you know them, Daddy?
They're the flower manglers.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Like likewise.
Yeah.
They're friends of mine.
Well, from now on, so are bread and water. Out!
You, sir.
And on the double!
Come on, Dobe. He's bigger than both of us.
Yes,
Don't fight
he
it.
is.
Hold it, mister. Do you want to go out with Arabella?
No, ma'am.
Maynard, she means me. Yes, more than anything in the world.
Arabella, do you want to go out with Dobie?
Oh, I certainly do.
Then
Yeah.
go and don't let anybody stop you.
Watch it, Edith. I'll run you in for interfering with an officer.
Arabella's old enough to pick her own friends.
And besides, what did Dobie do that was so bad?
He only picked flowers in open defiance of a do not pick the flowers sign.
Now there's a real public enemy.
His whole attitude is miserable. Besides that, he's stubborn and uncooperative.
But, sir, look.
Quiet! Who asked you? Besides, look at that dangerous-looking joker he hangs around with.
Hands off, Maynard. I'm through letting you ruin our children's lives.
Yes, look what happened to Abigail.
Don't mention your sister's name in my presence again.
She's got to. We'll never find out what happened to Abigail.
You had to order her to stop saying that junk.
And 3 days later, we got a wedding announcement from Santa Anita.
Abigail takes after your side of the family.
You can't force children to do anything. Good night, kids, and have a good time.
Be back by 10 and don't park in front of the house.
Be back at 11 and enjoy yourself.
Thanks, Mom.
You're all heart, man.
Yes, sir. That was my introduction to Arabella's father. It wasn't exactly what you'd call the beginning of a beautiful friendship. But I wasn't worried. You see, Mr. Parmalee's a father, and I'm an authority on the care and handling of fathers.
I gotta kill that boy. I just got it.
You mean Dobie isn't up yet?
Oh, certainly not. It's barely 11 o'clock and there's work to be done.
Herbert, the boy is entitled to his rest. He was up very late last night.
Oh, if he stays in bed, he's entitled to his rest. If I stay in bed, I'm a bum.
Herbert, nobody ever said you were a bum.
And nobody ever said I was not the father of a bum.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. My, what a beautiful, beautiful day.
Good morning,
Oh,
dear.
I'm sorry, but did all the noise we were making down here while we were, if you will pardon the expression, working, wake you?
Yeah, but I had to get up anyhow. I have a date. Oh, Dad, would you mind?
No.
I didn't even finish the question.
Go right ahead. Finish it. The answer will still be the same.
No?
Yes.
You said yes.
I said yes. The answer is no.
Dad, I have to have a few dollars so I can go out and mingle.
Oh, by all means, son. Go, mingle. How would it seem if your mother and I, standing here in the midst of the lettuces and the tomatoes and the cabbages and the pickled kumquats, could not look the world square in the face and say, our son is out mingling?
Dad, that's not fair. If I don't get out and mingle, I'll never meet the right girl, and I'll never get married, and I'll have to live here with you and Mom the rest of my life.
The rest of your life?
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks very much.
Mangle.
Mingle. Bye, Mom. And, Dad, it's good to know that there's still an area of communication between us, however faint.
Too true, too true.
Back to work.
Someday I must explain the meaning of the word to that boy. Work, I could explain from now to doomsday. He thinks it's a foreign language or from outer space or something. No, outer space he'd understand.
Oh, good morning, officer.
How do you do?
Nice place you have here.
We like it here. Have an apple. It'll save you the trouble of pinching it later on.
Oh, that's not why I came in. I'm new here, and I like to get acquainted with the people on my beat. My name's Parmalee.
Oh, Gillis, Herbert T. This is Mrs. Gillis.
Pleased to meet you. I understand you have a son.
He didn't do it.
Oh, he's not in trouble.
Naturally not.
No, I was just curious about him. You see, he's been going out with my daughter.
Oh, well, those are the breaks.
How nice.
Yeah, and I wanted to stop.
May I ask why?
I'm her father, and I wanted to stop.
Are you implying that our son isn't good enough for your daughter?
Now, just a minute, mister. This is America, and my son can go out with any girl he wants to, even if she is related to you, which is what makes her stupid enough to go out with a kid like Dobie in the first place.
My daughter is a very fine girl.
Dobie is a very fine boy.
Arabella is sweet and kind and sensitive.
Dobie is sweet and kind and sensitive, too.
Arabella is ambitious and hardworking.
Dobie is sweet and kind and sensitive. If you don't want them going out together, why don't you tell her to stop seeing him?
Well, I can't, you see. Arabella's kind of high-strung, and she might get the feeling that she was being pushed around.
Well, that's your problem, Sherlock Holmes.
Now, look, Mr. Gillis, Mrs. Gillis, we're grown-up people.
Well, some of us are.
We have to face the situation that our children were not meant for each other.
That's for them to decide.
Then you're not going to stop Dobie from seeing Arabella?
My answer is a positively negative no.
Well spoken, Herbert.
All right. But you haven't heard the end of this. Sour.
Herbert, he can't do anything, can he?
No, he cares. I wonder how he's going to do it.
Did you have a nice time, Arabella?
Well, frankly, Dobie...
What's wrong? Didn't you like the roller skating?
Oh, I enjoyed that a lot.
Well, maybe it was the hamburgers.
No, they were delicious.
Well, didn't you like going there in my father's truck?
Oh, I liked that.
Well, then what's the matter?
Him.
Dobie, help me take off my skates, please, huh?
Oh, Sergeant Friday.
Let's have a little respect for the law.
You are getting as little as possible.
You'll be laughing from the business side of a cell when I turn you in for violating Ordinance 308.
Oh, come off of it, Waldo, before I turn you in for loitering inside a policeman's uniform.
That newspaper stand is blocking the sidewalk in violation of Ordinance 308.
That newspaper stand was out there when I bought the store.
All right, you got your choice. $10 or 10 days in jail on those matches. Ordinance 134 says you got to keep them out of the reach of children.
Those matches are 5 feet off the floor.
Not high enough. Kids are getting taller these days.
Now you listen to me, Parmalee.
Now you listen to me, Gillis. Where's that barrel of sand?
What barrel of sand?
The law requires that you have a barrel of sand on inside the front door so that you can put it on the sidewalk in case of snow.
Snow?
To keep the people from falling down.
Snow?
Ordinance 253.
Snow? It is 96 degrees in the shade outside. All over town, people are falling down from the heat.
You can't be too careful. The weather's very changeable these days. Now, you get that sand in by tomorrow. You have the shelves fixed for those matches. You bring in that newsstand. Or would you rather order your meals by banging on the bars with a tin cup?
By tomorrow, I can't do all that. Oh, I get it. Call off Dobie.
Now you're thinking. I'll be back in the morning. Better.
What's the matter, dear? Something wrong?
I'm thinking.
Oh, dear.
I'm thinking about Alfred.
Alfred?
Yes, your cousin Alfred, who used to live with us and eat his weight every day until I threw him out on his big fat head.
What about him?
Didn't he try to get on the police force?
Yes, but he didn't pass his exam.
Mm-hmm. Whatever happened to his police officer's manual?
I think it's in the closet. Why?
Would you mind getting it for me, Winnie Pooh?
Why, what do you want it for?
There is more than one way to skin a cop.
There's more than one way to skin a Gillis.
What's a Gillis?
Top secret.
Sam, I haven't seen you so excited since the old days of the McDougal mob.
Yep, the old war horse is back in harness. Got to take a flock of these citation books. Edith, Today, I am loaded for groceries.
Like, hi, good buddy.
Oh, hello, Maynard.
Where you like going?
Yeah, nowhere, Maynard.
I never been there. Can I go with you?
Yeah, some other time, Maynard.
Oh, you're going out with her again, huh?
Now, look, Maynard.
Go ahead. I'll get used to being lonely.
Now, Maynard.
After a while, I probably won't even cry much.
Maynard, that's silly.
The world is like loaded with us lost souls.
Maynard, don't talk like
I'll live all alone, like a helmet.
Maynard, that's Herman.
Yeah, Herman.
Now, listen to me, Maynard.
Maynard the Hermit, they'll call me.
Maynard, look, why don't you
I'll live
come
along
along
the
with
woods, eat
Arabella
like
and me?
roots and berries.
Look, we'll have
the
a
animals
lot
will
of fun.
come my
Come
friends.
on, Maynard. Please
I'll
come,
build my
Maynard.
house in a tree.
Maynard.
Or maybe a
Maynard,
cave.
they're not even listening to me.
Okay, I'll go with you and Arabella.
Oh, good. Thank you, Maynard. Maynard.
You didn't bring the newsstand in, huh?
Nope.
You didn't put it in the barrel of sand?
Nope.
And you didn't fix those shells for those matches, huh?
Nope.
All right, Gillis, if you want to play rough, that's the way it's going to be. I'll hit you with every violation of the book. You got an alarm bell on your freezer?
Nope.
Violation. Have you had your scales checked in the last 2 months?
Nope.
Violation. Have you had your cash registers checked in the last year?
Nope.
Violation. Have you had your electrical wiring fixed?
Just a minute, Parmalee. I happen to have some reading material of my own here.
Oh?
Police Officer's Manual. Minimum standard of physical fitness for police officers. How much do you weigh?
None of your business.
Just a minute. I am a taxpayer and your employer. Therefore, I have a right to know. How much do you weigh?
Oh, about 165, give or take a few pounds.
How many?
58.
And that's better. What is your waist measurement?
Close to 34.
How close?
44.
You have a very cute figure, Parmalee, but it is just about 10 inches and 58 pounds too cute.
Come on, whoever pays attention to those measurements?
I do. And I also happen to have the telephone number of the police commissioner. And it says right here, officers who do not meet the minimum standard physical requirements shall be subject to instant dismissal, section 921.
Gillis, one of these days.
Oh, the commissioner's going to get a great kick out of this.
You wouldn't. You would.
Just a minute. How many times can you touch your toes?
Touch my toes, are you kidding?
Police regulations say 20 times. Now.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Gillis.
I wonder who the new cop on this beat is going to be.
I'm touching.
You're touching? I wonder if it says anything in here about cops who can't get over their stomach. Oh, you're touching your toes. And we are being protected by you. Crazy. How about some push-ups?
Oh, now, Gillis.
Mr. Gillis, employee. Regulations say 10 push-ups.
I'll get my uniform dirty.
Be my guest. One. 2.5.
All right, Gillis. What do you want from me?
Simple justice. Just let my store alone.
Never.
I'll turn you into the police commissioner.
I'll turn in these citations.
And we will both go to the bottom together.
That's the way it's gotta be.
Now, just a minute. You can't push me around, Buster. I happen to be a veteran with the Good Conduct Medal and a taxpayer and a member of the Benevolent Order of Bisons.
So am I, a charter member.
You're a bison?
Chapter 62.
Oh, chapter 47. Brother Bison. Brother Bison. Say, Brother Parmalee.
Sam. Call me Sam.
Okay, Brother Sam.
All right, Brother Herb.
How many verses of the Bison song do you happen to know?
Oh, about 23.
Shall we take it from the top?
I'm with you.
The benevolent order of bison, brothers one and all. We're the cake and we're the icing, winter, spring, and fall. The benevolent order of bison, stick through thin and thick. We are better than streptomycin when a
Our new ceremonial helmets. Got them at the library meeting last night.
Hey, how about that?
And on top of everything else, our kids are crazy about each other.
What a break.
I'll break this over your head, Dobie Gillis.
I didn't have the heart to leave him, Arabella. He was all alone.
I'll go for him, a good buddy. Just forget about me.
Maynard, come back.
You'll have to choose between us.
But he was so lonely.
That does it. Out!
Please, Arabella, please.
Out!
All right. My friends aren't good enough for you, then neither am I.
Out!
Out?
Out!
We said it once, we'll say it twice, and say it till we die. Arabella, if you want to go out with Mr. Gillis' son, it's all right with me.
Son, she's a fine girl.
And if he's anything like his father, I order you to marry him.
She's stuck up.
He is inconsiderate.
She's insensitive.
He's terribly impolite.
Now, just a minute. Nobody can talk to Dobie like that except me.
You got a nerve talking to my daughter that way?
He can talk any way he wants.
Says who?
Says me.
Oh, yeah?
Now, listen, Sam.
Officer Parmalee to you.
Herbert T. Gillis, taxpayer to you, and suck in that overstuffed stomach of yours.
Oh, yeah? Are you going to put out that barrel of sand?
No.
Are you going to have those shells made for those matches?
No.
Are you going to have your cash register checked?
No.
Are you going to put an alarm bell on your freezer?
No.
Are you going to...
Hey, Dobe, let's say we ankle over the playground and toss a baseball around.
No, we'd better not, Maynard. We might break a window or something.
Yeah. How about some tennis?
Well, regulations say you have to wear tennis shoes.
Regulations?
Yeah.
Stuff like that never used to bother you before. What happened?
I turned chicken.
Why?
Him.
Once a gal was dreamy, Dobie. Once a gal was creamy, Dobie. Once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dream one at all? No matter, he's hers and hers alone. 'Cause Dobie has to have a girl to call his own. Once a gal was dreamy, Dobie. Once a gal was creamy, Dobie. Once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dreamboat at all? No matter, he's hers and hers alone. Dobie!
I want to talk to you about radar and love, on which I am a great expert. Oh, on love, that is, not radar. All I know about radar is that you send out impulses and they bounce off something and they come right back. Love is different, for me anyhow. I keep sending out impulses, but what do I get back?
Dobie Gillis, I never want to see you again as long as I live. Dobie Gillis, I can go out with the captain of the football team. Who needs you? Dobie Gillis, if you don't stop pestering me, I'll call the police.
And there's more, lots more. I've got a list here of all the girls who dumped me in the last 12 months. I've been dumped by girls of every size, kind, shape, and description. Tall girls, short girls, thin girls, fat girls, blondes, brunettes, redheads, all kinds of different girls. They only had one thing in common. They didn't want me. Well, a man isn't made of iron. I can't take any more of this. Getting rejected by one girl after another. It's breaking my heart. It's shriveling my soul. My condition's desperate. Desperate conditions require desperate solutions. There's only one way I can salvage the wreckage of my life. Only one way. Boy, boy, is it desperate.
Married? You're going to get married?
That's right, Mom. I'm going to get married.
You are going to get fractured. That's what you're going to get.
Just a minute, Herbert. Obviously, something is troubling the boy deeply.
Something is troubling me deeply. Here I got a kid who won't work, won't study, and at 17 years of age still has trouble dressing himself in the morning. Now he comes in and calmly announces, I am going to get married. When are you going to live on? Roots and berries?
Love will find a way.
Love will find a way to the county poor farm. That's where. Now you stop this
Herbert,
idiotic...
your son is in trouble. Now, will you hush up and listen? What is it, dear?
And I'll tell you what it is. I need to be loved.
Why, darling, I have loved you for 17 years.
I know, Mom, and I appreciate it. I mean, you have to love me. I'm your son. What I want is somebody to love me who doesn't have to.
That is a tall order, boy.
Why, Dobie, everybody loves you. You're so lovable.
And I'm also so broke. I need money to get girls, and where am I going to get it?
Herbert, give the boy $10.
I'll give him a 10-second head start, and then I'm going to...
Do as I say.
Do as you say.
Thanks a lot, Mom, but it won't help. What if Dad did give me $10? I mean, it's a far-fetched notion, but, well, say he did, for the sake of argument.
Just for the sake of argument.
Well, when the $10 is gone, I'll have to come to Dad for another $10, and another, and another. Face it, Mom, it can't be done.
You have a point, son.
You have a very pointy point.
So I get dumped by another girl, another scar on my poor bleeding psyche, another piece of my security washed away.
Oh, my poor baby.
I can't go on anymore. I can't continue this mad, fruitless chase, this endless tarantella.
Tarantella? What spider's got to do with this conversation?
Dad, that's tarantula.
Oh, dear. The tarantella's a dance.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Oh, of course you did. Don't you remember that summer we were courting? That night in the Dreamland Ballroom while we did the tarantella all night?
We did.
Oh,
Sweat. I'm dying of a broken heart, and they're dancing.
Oh, darling, I'm sorry. You were saying?
I was saying I can't go on like this. I need one girl to have and hold and cherish and honor and soothe my fevered brow. I need a snug harbor. I need to get married.
Now you listen, boy.
You are absolutely right, dear. Get married. You have our blessing.
Winifred!
Hush up. If that's what you want, dear, go right ahead. Your mother and father are behind you 100%.
Oh, thanks, Mom. You're a real human being. And, Dad, in the fullness of time, I'm not sure, but I think we can be friends.
Ooh, I gotta kill that boy. I just got to. And I may throw in his mother for good measure. Get married, Dobie. You have our blessing.
Herbert, the longer you are a parent, the less you understand children.
The less I understand wives, I'll grant you that, especially mine. Have you lost your mind or something? How's that kid going to support a wife?
There'll be no wife, and just you calm down. Dobie's going through a difficult time, and the least we can do is not add to his burdens.
And you've been reading those women's magazines again.
Use your head. This marriage business, why, it's just a passing fancy. Let it pass.
And in passing, supposing he finds a girl who'll marry him?
Like who?
Like, that's a good question.
And if he did, you suppose her parents would give their consent?
Not if they're living.
Then why antagonize the boy over nothing?
Winnie, you got a good head on your shoulders.
Thank you.
And incidentally, you have a very nice pair of shoulders.
Thank you.
Shall we dance?
Married? Maynard, calm yourself.
Dope, say it ain't so.
No, Maynard, my mind's made up. I'm gonna get married.
Married?
Yes, married.
Married?
Maynard.
But why do you have to get... I can't even say it.
Married?
Married?
Maynard, please. I'll tell you why, because I'm getting torn to pieces. I can't go on like this, being dumped by girl after girl.
So kick girls. I mean, they take the best seats in the movies. They won't sit on the floor all night and listen to jazz. And they giggle about you in the girls' powder room. Girls, who needs them?
I need them. One girl, anyhow. One girl to stroke my brow and ease my troubled heart and give me comfort and tranquility and peace. And the only way I'll ever have such a girl is to get married. Aren't you going to scream?
No good, buddy.
Oh, what are you so happy about?
Because you're just beating your gums, Pops. You ain't never gonna find a girl to hitch up to.
No, you're wrong, Maynard. No, you're wrong.
No offense, good buddy, but I'm right. Who'll have you?
Oh, there's one girl who'll have me, Maynard. One girl.
Hi, Dobie, dear heart.
If I've asked you once, I've asked you 1,000 times. Stop that.
Well, I'm only proving that you love me. I wrinkle my nose at you and you wrinkle back. See?
Zelda, that doesn't prove a thing. It's just a reflex, like when you hit somebody's knee, their leg kicks. Well, it works with normal people. Nothing personal, Maynard. Now, Zelda, I have a very serious matter to discuss with you.
Oh, Dobe, you can't.
Maynard, I can and I will, and you butt out.
Yeah, butt out. You can and you will what, Poopsie?
Zelda, now, how do you feel about me?
I love you. For years I've been shouting it from the rooftops and painting it on fences. I love you.
Zelda, please. Now, would you like to get married?
Married! Would I like to? For years it's been my fondest hope, my wildest dream. Oh, Dobie, I'll be such a good wife to you. I'll cook you nourishing meals. I'll patch your clothes.
A simple yes or no would have done it.
I'll scratch your back. I'll try to make myself beautiful for you.
Beautiful? Zelda, with the best will in the world, there are certain things people can't do.
I can try.
Oh, you're sweet.
You are good and kind and honest and true and
Thank you.
loyal and handsome, except, of course, for your weak chin.
Careful, Zelda, that's my father's chin.
Yeah? What's he using?
Well, Dobie, what's all this leading up to?
Just this. You and I are going to get married.
Married! Oh, you made me so happy, Sweetums. And you'll never regret it, Dobie Pie. Now, let's get down to details. You can give me your high-Y pin right now, and the next year after we graduate, you can give me your class ring. We'll be engaged in our junior year in college, and we'll be married right after commencement.
No.
What do you mean, no? I thought you wanted to get married.
That's exactly what I want. How about next Saturday?
Next Saturday?
All right, a week from Saturday. But nothing. I'm sick of this tarantella.
Ooh, a big spider.
Maynard, that's tarantula. And Zelda, I need peace and security, and I need it right now.
But why must it be right now?
Look, either you love me or you don't.
I love you.
All right, then that's settled. A week from Saturday. Thanks, Zelda. You sure you could spare it?
Oh, this is awful.
Like miserable.
Terrible.
Like rotten.
Ghastly.
I thought this is what you wanted.
I do.
So what's so awful, terrible, and miserable and like that?
Oh, Maynard, you don't understand. I mean, I do want to get married.
Married?
But not right now. I mean, a girl ought to have a courtship first, don't you think?
I don't know, Zelda. Not my kind of work.
Take it from me, Maynard. It's true. A girl wants a courtship. Now, what kind of a courtship have I had? I've been chasing Dobie down streets, up alleys, in and out of doors, around trees, under cars. I want him to chase me for a while.
I dig you, small girl, but you're like dead.
No, Maynard, I'm not like dead. I'm going to have my courtship.
Like how?
Like I'll go home and ask my father if I can marry Dobie, and he'll give me a big, fat, thumping no. So I'll come back and tell Dobie I want to marry him, only my father won't let me. Not for a while, anyhow. Well, Dobie can't fault me for that. I mean, like it's my father's doing, not mine. So he'll have to stick around till my father says yes. And I, my untidy friend, will have my courtship.
Oh, I don't know what she said, but she must be right. She's all head, that girl.
Boy, will my dad explode when I ask him. Champagne?
Oh, but of course. This calls for a celebration, doesn't it?
Walt.
Edna, just don't stand there. Fetch a couple of glasses.
Walt.
Edna, honey, we don't want this stuff to go flat.
Well, what do you mean, celebration? I mean, you're losing your daughter.
Well, that's not the way I look at it, Zelda. I'm not losing a daughter. I'm gaining
a three-toed idiot.
True, but if he sure enjoys dear, he's all right with us.
Walt, do you know what you're doing?
I am pouring champagne in honor of the happy day our little Zelda has found her mate at last.
You mean you're actually going to let me do it?
Well, certainly. You've been screaming for years you wanted to marry Dobie.
Well, yes, but...
But why?
Nothing. Give me a big glass of that stuff.
I will not. You're too young to drink.
I'm old enough to get married, but I'm too young to drink. Dad, is everybody crazy around here?
That's a good question, Walt. Is everyone crazy around here? What can you be thinking of?
Edna, how long have you known your daughter?
What do you mean?
I mean, she's a hardhead.
Oh, I wouldn't call her that.
You wouldn't? Well, would you call her stubborn?
Well, yes.
And, would you call her determined?
Well, yes.
And resolute, implacable, tenacious, strong-willed, unshakable, unpersuadable, logic-proof?
Well, yes.
Yes, but you wouldn't call her a hardhead?
On second thought,
Yes?
she's a hardhead.
You're darn right, she's a hardhead. What's the best way to get her to do anything?
To tell her not to do it.
Right, and what's the best way to get her not to do anything?
To tell her to do it?
Exactly. The surest way to have that three-toed idiot for a son-in-law is to tell her she can't marry him.
On the other hand, if you say it's all right, then she'll decide she doesn't want to marry him. Oh, good thinking, Walt.
That's what they call me down at the office, good thinking, Walt. Let's have a little of this bubbling, huh?
Just a minute, good thinking, Walt. What if your plan doesn't work?
Oh, I've got that covered, too. How old is Dobie? Physically, I mean.
17?
Right. So he will need his parents' consent in getting married. And do you know old man Gillis?
Yes.
Meanest son of a gun in town. He wouldn't give the kid a nickel for a cut-rate ice cream cone, much less his consent to getting married. And Mrs. Gillis, you know her?
Poor thing.
She dotes on the kid. You think she'd ever let go of him?
Oh, Walt, I've got to hand it to you.
No, Edna, I've got to hand it to you.
Ah.
The brain power?
In 24 hours, Dobie Gillis will be Mrs. Zelda Gilroy. Yeah, I mean, Zelda Gilroy will be Mrs. Dobie Gillis. Excuse me. We brides and grooms are always kind of nervous. But once we're married, everything will be fine. I mean, Zelda's a wonderful girl. Loyal, trustworthy, and true. As for the rest of her, well, you know, she'll fill out eventually, if I can wait that long. But I'll make her proud of me. You'll see. I, too, will be loyal, trustworthy, and true. Hi, Bernadine. How is band practice?
Never mind that. Why haven't you phoned me lately?
Phoned you, but Bernadine, you said you and the captain of the football
Don't mention
team...
that person's name in my presence.
You mean...
Wouldn't you imagine that he preferred me to that single-wing formation?
Well, you know football players.
I'll be home tomorrow night, Dobie. Why don't you, drop over?
Well, I can't, Bernadine. I'm practically engaged.
A pity. We could have had so much fun. Bye, Dobie.
Only a darn fool would give up a great girl like Zelda. I mean, she's... Well, my father always said I was a darn fool. Oh, what am I talking about? Marrying Zelda will be the best thing that ever happened to me. And it's what I'm going to do, and that's all there is to it. Hi, Mary Ellen.
Oh, Dobie, I've missed you. Why don't you drop over to my house tonight?
Well, I've missed you too, Mary Ellen, but the last time we were together, you said that...
Dobie, that was last time. Now that you're engaged, you've gained certain maturity and a sophistication that you never had before.
You mean...
Exactly.
Oh, boy, I think it's too late, Mary Ellen. It's too late.
Well, if you should change your mind...
Well, I'm not going to change my mind. I'm not? I mean, of course I'm not. A girl like Zelda comes along once in a lifetime. But soft, pink, creamy, beautiful girls come along like streetcars. And right now, I'm not going anywhere. Hi, Monica.
Dobie, I've been looking for you.
For me?
I've searched everywhere.
But you told me you'd call a cop if I didn't stop pestering you.
That's when you were Dobie the boy. Now you're Dobie the practically married man.
That makes a difference?
All the difference.
Wow.
Dobie, dear, why don't you walk me over to the malt shop?
Oh, gee, Monica,
I'll treat.
No, Monica, no. I'm afraid it can never be.
Well, if you ever decide it can, you know where to find me. Bye, Dobie.
See? See what happens? Wash your car and right away it starts to rain. Boy. I mean, it's ridiculous for a kid like me to get married. And doesn't Zelda realize she's too young? Don't her parents know they were too hasty? And what about my parents? All my life they've been telling me no. Now when I really need a no, what do I get?
Yes, 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 yes. You had to go and say yes. Oh, you and your bright ideas. So Zelda's parents wouldn't give her their permission, huh? Well, in 24 hours, smart apple, you are going to have a daughter-in-law.
Now, Herbert.
Oh, what kind of people are they anyway? Are they savages or something? Letting a young girl like that get married? What can they be thinking of? Letting a young girl like that marry a no-good, lazy loafer like that there Dobie Gillis.
Herbert, is that any way to talk about your own son? son?
Who? Oh, well, it's a way for me to talk about them, but if anybody else does, I'll break their necks.
But we did give Dobie our permission, didn't we?
Oh, we gave Dobie your permission because you convinced us that they wouldn't give her theirs. Oh, why did I ever listen to you? And I should have had more sense than to depend on that Walt Gilroy. He's a nut.
But Mrs. Gilroy is very intelligent.
Okay, she's an intelligent nut. Winnie, come on, let's tell Dobie no before we wind up with Zelda for a daughter and a couple of nuts for in-laws.
But we can't tell Dobie no, not after we've given him our promise. The boy depends upon us. You want to put another scar on his psyche?
I will put a scar on his tarantella. That's what I'll do. Winnie, come on, let's do something before it's too late.
Herbert, you are getting all worked up over nothing. Do you really imagine that Mr. and Mrs. Gilroy are going to permit Zelda to go through with this?
Well, they haven't stopped her yet.
Well, they will, dear. They will. Depend on it.
Stop her, I should say not. This was all your idea. So they call you good-thinking Walt, huh? You and your ideas and your brain power.
Now, look,
So Zelda was going to change your mind, huh? Oh, you're brilliant.
All right, she's a hardhead who can figure out hardheads, and I know exactly where she gets
Don't you point at me, Mr. Genius. You had a plan. Old man Gillis will never give his permission. And Mrs. Gillis, she dotes on the kid. She'll never let him go.
What disgusting people. Letting a kid like Dobie get married. Why, he has trouble crossing the street. That's it. They're trying to unload him on us.
Well, let's do something about it before it's too late. Let's tell Zelda no.
Oh, sure. That's all I have to do. Tell her no, and she won't wait till tomorrow. She'll get married within the hour, that hardhead.
Walt, we must do something.
Now, don't panic, Edna. Don't panic. I know that girl. I'll bet my bottom dollar she'll change her mind before tomorrow. Depend on it.
The situation is desperate. Unless something happens quick, tomorrow afternoon, Dobie and I are going to be married.
Married?
I was depending on my parents to say no. You know what they said?
Like yes?
Like yes.
Parents are like sneaky.
The thing I can't understand is Dobie's parents. Why didn't they say no?
It's like I keep telling you, girl. Parents are like sneaky.
Oh, Maynard, what am I going to do?
What's the problem? Tell Dobie you changed your mind.
Oh, I couldn't do that. Then I'd lose him forever.
Uh-huh. Girls are like sneaky, too.
Maynard, unless something happens quick, this time tomorrow afternoon, Dobie and I will be married.
Married? Don't worry, girl. Something will happen.
Like what?
Oh, like something.
Yeah, like getting married.
Married!
Don't worry, Winnie. Something will happen. I'll make it happen.
You mean you'll tell Dobie that he can't go through with it?
No, somebody's got to do it.
Herbert, I'm proud of you.
I am not going to let that boy ruin his life. It's just that I hate to call off our dog before the Gilroys call off theirs. I didn't mean it that way.
Swallow your pride, dear. Dobie is worth it.
He is?
Hi, Mom.
Hello, Dobie.
Oh, hi, boy. Son,
Yes, Dad. Yes,
Isn't
got
there
her my destiny.
something you'd like to say to us?
Well,
Yes?
I thought there might be
Yes?
something you wanted to say to me.
Well,
Yes, yes.
No, there's really nothing.
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 Oh, well, I guess I'll go upstairs and pack my bags
You do that,
for
boy.
tomorrow.
Just couldn't do it. But something will happen. Something will happen.
Something will happen.
Not unless you take matters into your own hands. Now, call Zelda in here and tell her she can't go through with that wedding.
I can't do it.
Walt, what kind of a father are you?
A cowardly kind.
Walt.
I'm scared. I know that hardhead. She'll run off and elope the minute I tell her she can't do it.
Walt, do you want Dobie Gillis as a son-in-law?
Zelda! Zelda, come in here!
Yes, Daddy. Yes, architect of my future.
Zelda! Isn't there something you want to say to us?
Well,
Yes.
I was kind of hoping there'd be something you want to say to me.
Well, we...
Yes?
Yes?
No, just... Good luck, Zelda.
That's all? Well, back to packing my trousseau.
Good idea, daughter. Go through with it, but don't worry, Edna. Something will happen. You'll see.
Well, well, well. Now, which is the happy couple?
Good question.
Dobie Gillis,
Here, sir.
Zelda Gilroy.
Here, sir.
These, I assume, would be the proud parents. And who would this be?
Right now, Pops, I could be anybody but who I am.
Maynard G. Krebs, sir, the best man.
I assume, Zelda and Dobie, that you have your parents' consent? Well, silence means consent. Let us proceed with the ceremony. Dobie Gillis and Zelda Gilroy, you will join your right hands. I, Jethro R. Wiggins, duly appointed Justice of the Peace and properly authorized under the laws of this state to perform ceremonies of marriage, inquest into unnatural deaths, and related legal functions, do hereby commence these formal proceedings. Do you, Dobie Gillis, take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife, to love, cherish, and protect her in sickness and in health, forsaking all others till death do you part?
Sir, would you please repeat that question?
Just say, I do.
I do?
Fine, lad, fine. Now, do you, Zelda Gilroy, faithfully declare that you take this man to be your lawfully wedded husband, to love, cherish, and protect him in sickness and in health, forsaking all others till death do you part?
Well, okay.
Splendid. Now, if anyone can show just cause why these two may not be lawfully joined together, let him now speak, or else hereafter forever hold his peace.
Yeah, Pops, yeah. Ooh, yeah, ooh.
Yeah, what?
I can, show just cause why these... What you said.
And what is that?
They don't want to get married. Married? He's too young. So she.
I don't want to lose my baby.
Me too.
You want to get married?
Do you?
I asked first.
No.
Neither do I.
Isn't that wonderful?
Zelda, I love you.
Me too.
Well, Mr. JP, I guess it's just like you and me.
Boy, what a mistake we almost made.
Yeah, I sure did. You'll never earn a living. You're pigeon-toed, and you'll be bald
Thanks.
before you're 30.
Thanks. No offense, Zelda, but I have yet to see your picture in anybody's locker.
Yeah, we're a couple of dogs, all right. And that's why it's a cinch for us to wind up together eventually.
Yeah, you're right, Zelda. Who else would have us?
At least we have each other.
Yeah, and I sure need somebody, Zelda, even if it's only you.
Might as well face it, Dobie. Sooner or later, we're going to get married.
Yeah.
Married? Oh, I can't go through this again. I can't.
Maynard just saved me from a terrible fate.
Oh, yeah? Just wait.
Zelda, please.
Once a gal was dreamy, Dobie. Once a gal was creamy, Dobie. Once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dream one at all? No matter, he's hers and hers alone. 'Cause Dobie has to have a girl to call his own. Once a gal was dreamy, Dobie. Once a gal was creamy, Dobie. Once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dreamboat at all? No matter, it's hers and hers alone. Dobie.
Hi, I'm Dobie Gillis. The new Dobie, that is. Not the harried, haunted, money-chasing wretch I used to be. No, sir. Now I'm a cheerful, agreeable, well-adjusted individual. And why? Because at last I found the perfect girl. Her name is Gwyneth. Gwyneth Krausmeyer. Gwyneth is everything a girl should be. Lovely as a summer day, dainty as a sunbeam, nutty as a fruitcake. The moment we met, it was love at first sight. It happened one afternoon in the music appreciation room at school. Gwyneth was listening to the fourth movement of Berlioz's Symphonie Fantastique, the March to the Gallows. We've come to think of it as our song.
very much. Beethoven? That's Beethoven, Maynard. Oh, here's an empty one. Oh, boy.
Isn't it magnificent?
Huh?
Those divine dissonances.
Catchy.
Do you really think so?
Sure. Maynard, goodbye. Huh? Maynard, goodbye.
Sayonara, sellout.
Magnificent.
You're not just saying that because you're a man and I'm a beautiful woman you long to crush in your arms.
I don't think so.
I love you.
I love you, too.
What's your name?
Dobie Gillis.
I'm Gwyneth Crossmeyer. Sit down. Are you an outsider?
Beg pardon?
Do you find the world around you sordid and drab beyond belief? Do you long to flee to lonely mountaintops and listen to the music of the stars?
All the time.
I believe you, Dobie Gillis. You're not like other boys I know.
No.
Oh, shall I play the other side?
No. I want to see how this side comes out.
You know a boy named Mason Stewart?
Oh, you bet. He drives a convertible with power steering, white wall tires, and a hi-fi AM and FM radio. It's
horrible.
Horrible.
Mason asked me for a date.
He did?
Know what he wanted us to do?
What?
Have dinner at Lobster Heaven, and then go dancing at the Pagan Pleasure Dome.
That's bad?
Terrible.
Oh, terrible. Well, Mason just doesn't understand women.
You won't make me go places like that, will you, Dobie?
I take an oath.
Oh, thank you. You can kiss me now if you like.
Now? I mean, right here?
Well, why not? I reserved the booth till 4 o'clock.
Like wow, huh? Here's this gorgeous, golden, creamy girl, and she's mine. No wonder I'm such a cheerful, agreeable, well-adjusted individual. The only trouble is, when you're that kind of individual, certain people get suspicious. Even people who are supposed to be near and dear.
Dobie, what is the matter with you?
Nothing, Dad. I feel fine.
Well, I don't like the way you've been acting lately. It's unnatural.
How do you mean?
You don't try to wheedle money out of me. You don't try to make with the cash register. Suddenly, my own son's a total stranger to me.
It just so happens I don't need any money, Dad.
Did you hear what he said? You don't need any money.
I mean, after all, money doesn't buy happiness. So if you can be happy without money, well, who needs it?
That's a very beautiful thought.
Thank you.
Now, aren't you ashamed of being so suspicious of Dobie?
My deepest apologies. Just one question. Are you, by any chance, mixed up with a ring of counterfeiters?
Herbert!
No offense. I'm just trying to cover all the logical explanations.
The boy told you. Money does not buy happiness.
No, but it does buy ice cream sundaes. And if he isn't buying ice cream sundaes, he isn't chasing girls. And if he isn't chasing girls, he isn't our son.
Oh, I've got a girl, all right.
Where are you getting the money?
Well, she despises money.
You found a girl who despises money?
That's right.
Son, if you can figure out a way of putting this in bottles, your fortune is made.
Sir?
Never mind. Listen, when you and this girl go out on dates, what do you do?
We listen to records, stroll along the river, and sometimes we go walking in the rain.
She sounds like a sweet, lovely girl.
She sounds like a fugitive from a laughing academy.
Speaking for my sex, I resent that. There are girls who don't care about money, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah. And I must have been one of them.
I believe you. I believe you, and I congratulate you. In fact, I feel a little like Columbus's father. Look. Here's $10. Take her out to Lobster Heaven and buy her a complete dinner with my compliments.
Oh, I couldn't do that. She'd never forgive me.
Now, listen here,
Excuse
Dobie.
me, Dad. I have to meet Gwyneth in the park. We're going to watch a bobolink build his nest. All right, here, you keep this, Dad. I know how hard you worked for it.
Dobie, are there any squirrels in that park?
Sure, Dad. Why?
Be careful, boy. Be careful.
What'll we do tonight, Dobie?
Oh, how about if I come over and have supper at your house?
All right. And after dinner, you can take me to a picture.
A movie, Gwyneth? I thought you hated movies.
This is an art picture at the museum. A Bulgarian tragedy with Ukrainian subtitles.
Oh, well, we'd better go early so we can get seats.
Hi there. Hi. The name's Tyler. Chrissy Tyler. Mind if I turn this off?
Yes.
I want your undivided attention. I promise it'll be worth your while.
What's on your mind, Sonny?
And lose that sunny stuff. I'm 13. I just happen to be small for my age.
All right, what's on your mind, little one?
I'll overlook that. Look, I run a babysitter agency. I get jobs for the kids in my freshman class.
So?
Most of the kids have to be home early. I need some older sitters who can stay up late. So how'd you like to work for me?
Go away.
Listen, this isn't for peanuts. You can pick up 15, 20 smacks a week, each.
Dobie, make him go away.
Now listen.
I'll get you all the jobs you can handle. All you do is pay me a small commission, 50%.
Why, that's disgraceful.
Okay, 25. You know, if you were 2 feet shorter, I could go for you.
Dobie, will you do something?
Tyler, I don't usually hit little boys, but for you, I'll be glad to make an exception.
Think it over. My card. You have to sit around like a bum on a park bench. Stick with me, you'll be driving a convertible.
That poor boy.
Poor?
I mean spiritually. 13 years old, and all he can think about is money.
Yeah. Wonder what he makes a week.
At an age when he should be reaching out for knowledge and beauty. What's he doing?
Cleaning up.
Dobie, we've got to do something for that boy. For Chrissy Tyler.
Like what?
Make him realize that he's throwing away his youth, wasting his best years grubbing for gold.
Gwyneth, you're a terrific girl, but you'd just be wasting your breath on that little creep.
I come from a very persuasive family, Dobie.
Gwyneth.
I had a missionary aunt who converted a whole tribe of cannibals while they were bringing her to a boil.
Tyler, attending service, good afternoon. Yes, ma'am, I'll send him over. Bobby Wilkins.
Yeah?
Miss Levy wants you again tonight, 7 to 10.
Okay.
50 cents, please.
You want it now?
Yeah, it's a new policy, commission in advance.
Well, I haven't got 50 cents.
Then I'll lend it to you. Pay me back tomorrow, plus a nickel interest.
I won't do it.
Look, I can ruin you in this town. You may never babysit again. Plus a nickel interest. Tyler, attending service, good afternoon.
Gee, what a setup.
Disgusting. It's like a slave market.
Well, well, well. Look who's here. May I?
Tyler, we want to have a talk with you.
I'm glad you changed your mind. Frankly, I've had trouble lining up the older crowd.
Chrissy, we want to help you.
Fine. When can you go to work?
No, she means help you spiritually.
Deep down, Chrissy, I'm sure you're a sweet, sensitive boy with a beautiful soul.
Very deep down.
What's all this about?
The dreadful money-grubbing business you've started. Oh, give it up, Chrissy, give it up.
You kidding? I'm making over 100 smacks a week.
You are? Horrors.
Chrissy, think of what you're missing. The wonders of nature, the glories of music and art and poetry.
Baloney.
Hey, mind your manners, kid.
Look, I've got nothing against culture. In fact, I may endow a library or two after I make my first million.
You got it all figured out, huh?
Sure, I even took one of those aptitude tests to find out what line of business suits me best.
Yeah?
You know what they said I should be when I grow up?
What?
A robber baron.
Chrissy, there's a Mr. Fennell on the line.
Excuse me, I have to go talk to my tax man. Thanks for taking interest. In a few years, when I get my full growth, I may give you a buzz.
There must be some way of getting through to him. Maybe he'd be more apt to listen to somebody who talked his language.
You mean like Bernard Baruch?
No, I mean somebody his own age. And I know just the person. My sister, Hermione.
The one with the freckles who writes poetry in blank verse?
Hermione adores culture. Imagine she's only 11 years old, and already she's written 200 poems, and they've been rejected.
Yeah, your folks must be real proud of her.
Oh, she'll consider Chrissy a challenge.
So would the Marines.
Don't worry. When it comes to 13-year-old boys, Hermione is dynamite.
Yeah, I still like the idea of breaking his arm.
Hermione's giving a party Saturday night. I'll get her to send Chrissy an invitation.
Yeah, it might help if she enclosed a $20 bill.
Oh, he'll come to the party. I believe at heart Chrissy is just a lost, lonely little boy.
Gwyneth, you're a wonderful person. Like Joan of Arc, kind of. Chrissy yet.
But still early.
You sure you got Hermione all primed?
Oh, sure, she knows how important this is to me.
Geez, well, what kind of a party is this anyway? Don't the kids dance or anything?
Hermione attracts the intellectual kids. Later on, there'll probably be poetry reading.
Real kicks? Gee, I hope this is Chrissy.
Hello. I was invited. My name's Chrissy Tyler.
I'm Hermione Grosmeyer. I'm so glad you came.
Me too.
Would you like some punch?
Anything you say.
You sit there. I'll be right back.
That takes care of Chrissy.
I don't believe it.
Oh, all the women in my family are that way. I had an aunt once who threw a rose to a matador in Madrid. He followed her all the way to Keokuk, Iowa.
Hi.
Hi.
Won't be down in a minute. She let me shop her, because I have a date.
Oh, with Chrissy?
Yes. I haven't looked at another boy for a whole month.
Oh,
We're going to the symphony concert.
really?
Look at the new photograph he gave me.
Hey. Hey, that's nice.
What are those?
Oh, these are some daisies I picked for Gwyneth.
Chrissy sent me flowers, too. Orchids. I've got to go over to Chrissy's to do some work on the book we're writing together.
Oh, you've got Chrissy writing poetry?
This book is How to Retire at 20.
How to retire at 20?
It's a collection of stock market tips for the teenagers.
And you're helping him? Hermione, you've changed.
Well, somebody in this family has to marry a good provider. Especially if her only sister is stuck with a shiftless drip.
Well, who says I'm a shiftless drip?
Chrissy. But you're still young, Dobie. Why don't you try pulling yourself together?
Oh, hi, gorgeous. Don't move. Just stand there for a moment. I want to remember how lovely you look. Flowers?
Yes, and they looked a little better out in the front lawn. Have you had dinner?
Yeah, of course not. I wanted to share it with you.
Well, I'll see what's in the icebox.
Gwyneth, I just had a talk with Hermione. I worry about her.
Don't. Cold cut's all right?
Perfect. That Tyler kid's done something to her.
Yes, he's doomed her to a life of luxury.
Gwyneth, what's wrong?
Hermione and Chrissy are dining together, too. He's taking her to lobster heaven.
Gwyneth.
And then they're going to the symphony concert.
Darling.
And did you happen to notice the phonograph he gave her?
Yes, it's shocking. A young girl shouldn't be getting such expensive presents.
You'll protect me from that sort of thing, won't you?
Gwyneth, you're jealous.
Well, yes, I am.
You, my sweet, unworldly walker in the rain.
Well, I just don't see why my 11-year-old sister should have a more glamorous social life than I. It's humiliating.
Gwyneth, I'll take you to the concert.
You mean you've got tickets?
Yeah, I know one of the ushers. He can sneak us into standing room.
My cup runneth over.
Gwyneth, we're outsiders, remember? We dwell on lonely mountaintops. Things like fancy phonographs and lobster dinners mean nothing to us.
Baloney?
Oh, Chrissy, thank you.
My dear?
Am I sipping too fast? The second movement was a shade too andante, don't you think? Gwyneth, it's gonna rain. Let's go for a walk, huh? Gwyneth?
Hi, Gwyneth.
Why, hello, Mason.
Looks like a storm coming up. Can I give you a lift home in my convertible? Top up, of course.
Oh, that would be just dreamy.
Gwyneth, you're with me. I'm your date, remember?
It's still early, though. Maybe we could go dancing somewhere.
Oh, I'd adore to.
Unless you're tied up.
Oh, that's all right. Dobie won't mind.
Yes, I will.
Goodbye, Dobie.
Gwyneth, are you really doing this to me?
With a song in my heart.
Gwyneth.
Don't worry, Dobie. My door's always open to you.
It is?
Of course. The only thing is, the next time you walk in...
Yes?
Bring money.
What's this for?
Our specialty. It's called Bananarama.
But I didn't order it. Anyway, it must cost a fortune.
For you, no charge. It's served with compliments of young gentlemen.
I've got no girl. Why? Because I've got no money. And to get Gwyneth back, I need money. Great green gobs of it. But where? How? Now, don't get me wrong. It's not as if I haven't made an honest effort to get some.
Dobie?
Yes, Dad?
Are you helping yourself from the cash register?
Yes, Dad. May I?
No, you may not.
I'll pay it back, Dad, as soon as my ship comes in.
What ship is that, the Titanic?
Can I? Just a little?
Not one thin, scrawny dive.
Gosh.
But it's sure good to see you back in there trying, boy. Welcome home, son.
So here I am, a lost, lonely, lovelorn wreck, because Chrissy Tyler turned Gwyneth's lovely head with his ill-gotten gold. Yes, ill-gotten. Does Chrissy work in the fields for his money? Does he sit at a factory bench? No. He gets it by exploiting those poor kids. You know, somebody ought to do something about it. Put a stop to it. You know what? Somebody's gonna. Friends, I have come here to liberate you from your bonds, to lead you out of the dark valley of slavery into the sunlight of freedom.
What's he talking about?
He hasn't said yet.
Chrissy Tyler's exploiting you. He's living like a lord off the sweat of your brows.
Will you please tell us what you're talking about?
All right, I will. Chrissy Tyler may get your jobs, but who does all the work? You do. Who feeds a baby his cream of mush? You do. Who has to change and diaper him? You do. But, who's making all the money?
Chrissy Tyler. Chrissy Tyler!
What should we do? Bet, walk out, strike!
But we need the jobs.
What do we do for spending money?
Joe, I'm glad you asked that question, friend. The Dobie Gillis Center Service is now open for business. Sign up with me and I'll get you all the jobs you want. Hey! Before you won't have to pay any commission. Hey! Hardly any. Just a small fee to cover overhead.
And where do we sign up?
Right this way, friend. Gillis Center Service. Yes, ma'am, right away. 14 Elm Drive, Wilkins.
Gosh, thanks, Mr. Gillis.
That'll be 25 cents.
Gee, Chris used to charge us $50.
Well, I'm not in this for the money, son. I just want to see you kids get a start in life.
You're all heart, sir.
That's true, son. I'll remember you, yes. You see before you a tycoon, a man of importance in the community. Now when I walk down the street, they don't say, there goes that penniless Dobie Gillis. No, sir. Now they say, there goes that wealthy, penniless Dobie Gillis. This suit is a symbol of my new status in life. Banker's gray. I mean, it's not quite time to wear it in public yet. I mean, I'm ready, but I'm afraid the public isn't. And I still have that other industrial giant, Chrissy Tyler, to dispose of.
Step by up, friends. Free lemonade and cookies to everybody who works for Tyler Tending. Tyler Tending, the sitter service with a heart.
Live it up, kids. It's all the dream. Compliments of the Gillis Sitter Service. The workers' friend. Here you are, my dear. Just take that.
Free kittens to all loyal employees of Tyler Tending. Step right up and get yourself a little pal.
Vanderbilt, Carnegie, Rockefeller, and now Gillis. At last I know how it feels to have power and guide the destinies of others. I only wish I had it so easy with elementary algebra. But you see, out here in the park with my office in my hat, I'm sort of like a 17-year-old daddy warbucks. Counseling, advising, helping the ordinary people. The Gillis Sitter Service offers you security, the 6-hour week, vacations with pay, and when you retire at 16, old age pensions.
Hey, Mr. Gillis, look!
Looking for me, Tyler?
Yes, Dobie. I'm licked. Can you use an extra sieve?
Have you had any experience?
Please, Dobie, I've got to make some money. Hermione has very expensive taste.
Okay, Chrissy, you can come to work for me.
Gee, thanks.
In fact, I'll let you manage the business for me. After all, with your know-how.
I'll work hard, Dobie.
Then you can start right now. And it's Mr. Gillis. I think I'll take the evening off and drop in on a certain girl I know.
Give Hermione my regards.
I will, son. Glad to have you aboard.
Thanks.
Oh, and Chrissy,
Yes, Mr. Gillis?
keep your mitts out of the petty cash.
Why, Dobie?
Just happened to be in the neighborhood, driving through in my convertible with power steering, white wall tires, and a hi-fi AM and FM radio.
You bought a convertible?
Well, I rented it, but I may decide to hang on to it.
Dobie.
If you happen to be free, I thought we might dine together.
You mean eat out?
Of course. One hears there's a little spot in town called Lobster Heaven where the cuisine is not unspeakable.
Dobie, I can't.
Huh?
I don't like lobster. It makes me break out in spots.
Well, couldn't you order something else?
Dobie, it's no use.
But I had the whole evening planned. Lobster dinner, dancing under the stars. Well, I was even going to stop and get you orchids.
Orchids make me break out, too. Dobie, I found out I don't like fancy living. At heart, I am an outsider.
You are? Well, that's wonderful, because deep down, so am I. This glitter, this glamour, this isn't the real me.
No, Dobie, it's too late.
No, it isn't. Look, here's the $20 I was going to spend on this tonight. Watch.
Oh, Dobie, don't.
For you, I'd do it gladly.
Dobie, it's no use. I'm in love with somebody else now.
How could you do this to me?
I couldn't help myself. It was love at first sight.
With us, too.
He's a remarkable person, a simple, unaffected child of nature.
Like hi.
Peter, you snake.
I'm sorry, Dobie, but I thought you and Gwyneth were like Splitsville. Come on, chick. We'll be late for the concert.
You're going to a concert?
Yeah, I'm on the long hair kick now. Man, that Beethoven is real gone.
Beethoven, Peter, Beethoven. I'm a husk, an empty shell, a broken man with nowhere to turn. But I'll forget about girls and bury myself in business. I'll become a captain of industry, cold, ruthless, hard as steel. And when people ask me what made me so mean and cruel, I'll look at them and say just two words. Gwyneth Krausmeyer.
Mr. Gillis,
Yes, Ellen?
we figured something out.
What?
If we didn't need Chrissy, we don't need you either.
We're starting our own sitter service.
I'm president.
And I'm vice president.
I'm secretary. I'm treasurer.
I'm dead.
Once a gal was dreamy, Dobie. Once a gal was creamy, Dobie. Once a gal to call his own. Is she blonde? Is she tall? Is she dark? Is she small? Is she any kind of dream one at all?